What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the SLR show. We have something a little bit different here this afternoon as we have our IMCA modified. It's going to get ready to hit the racetrack here in just a hot second. Good to see everybody on the stream and the channel. How we all doing? Yay! As our hot laps are going to be underway here with the Lucas Oil Speedway. Welcome everybody to the stream and the channel. Good to have everybody joining in as we have something a little bit different than anybody else that really wants to do in here, and I am definitely in my wrong booth. Yo, that's all right, Walker. It's all right. I got you. As we're going to continue on, we have the IMCA. Celtics fans, good to see ya. So we have a few drivers going to be joining in here. They're going to come in here and figure out what did I do to these race cars as we got them set up as IMCA style here tonight as we are ready to rock and roll here this afternoon as we have our IMCA modifieds here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Aye. So many of these guys are probably here because we got a few of them trying to figure out what to do with their setups. Wrong jack, Aeroscope indeed. So we have IMCA modifieds here tonight. So they are 90% power, which makes about 675 horsepower. And they also weigh 2450. So like I said, we do have a few drivers that are showing up here and probably figuring out what are they going to have to do with these setups. So nobody's on the track right now, and that's good because I believe somebody's on the track. I just seen the little trail here. We'll see if anybody's out there. I see Chris Swanson's going to be on the speedway. We'll see if I can get that to click in as we got Elijah Navosky and a few other guys going to be joining in as well. As Jeffrey Wellman's trying to figure out what to do with these modifieds as well. They are a little bit, they don't have as much horsepower, and they are about 50 pounds heavier. So it'll be an interesting night for sure to see what these IMCA modifieds will do here this afternoon as Dane Norris in the 115 will be on the speedway. We have a few other drivers here this afternoon as well, as we do have enough cars for one heat race here this afternoon as the UMP modifieds are here on the speedway. You got Chris Swanson in the 171. Meanwhile, the number 12 machine, that's going to be Kyle Whitworth going to be joining us here for the first time in that, how do you want to say, the city number 12. Trying to look at some of those. You got the Lafitte number 12 as he's going to make the hard right-hander in there. You have the B4. That's going to be old Mr. the McDonald's ride, the Miller Cool, I believe on there is going to be the Cornet number 4B. That's going to be JT Wellman. You'll have the 115. That's going to be Dane Norris going to be joining us here this afternoon. Chris Swanson in the 171 as well. Kinder Tosh in the All Good Racing McSizer Pipeline number 11T. He'll be joining us here this afternoon. Wade Patterson in that number 24 ride will be here as well. So we got a good field of cars already joining in for the UMP modifieds here this afternoon as we are going to get ready to go this afternoon. So like I said, they're UMPs, but they're also known as IMCA. So that's what we got here this afternoon as the FIFA Cups, as we have United States playing here this afternoon, and boy, it is insanely hot outside. I mean, insanely hot outside, but that's okay. Oh boy, so Chase Copeland going to be joining us. We have a few other guys going to be joining us here as well, the SLR show, and it's going to be a fun day of racing overall. I think it's going to be a fun day of racing. I don't think the driver's going to have a whole lot of fun with it, though. You had the mow and almost died? Oh my goodness. Hey, will you send me a... I don't have setups. I have absolutely no setups for these UMP modified, so I cannot help you out at all. Nope, I can't help any of you guys. That's the whole fun part is now you got to build a whole brand new setup. As you got Kenny Kudney, and I mean, there's a whole lot of guys out here trying it out. We got a lot of cars joining in. We got at least 20. So pretty much what we did was we slowed him down. Brandon Overton sucks. Sure, okay. At least I said it. So, our UMP Modifieds are here this afternoon. They're actually IMCA Modified. Slate Powell Motorsports, good to see you here this afternoon. That's Hunter Powell going to be joining us. Now, these are IMCA Modifieds. They do not have as much horsepower, and they do weigh a little bit heavier than your regular dirt car UMP Modified. So we're going to see this could be a better. Tell them to go buy some Superior race setups. It won't work here, Knights Graphics. You know better than that. As Lucas Oil Speedway is going to be our first event here this afternoon. We have Levi Nielsen in the field. Dolan Cole going to be here as well. And it looks like Levi Nielsen has a pretty bad internet connection. I'm calling 10 cautions for this feature. I don't know if you know better or not. I don't know there, K251. These modifieds are not as zippy and as fast. They're going to be more of a interesting momentum-based UMP modified. So we're going to see how this all turns out. Brett Grubin at number 5 ride will also be on the speedway. You've got the number 13 machine as Dolan Cole going to be joining us here this afternoon. Got a full field of these here. Where is Noah Norris when you need him? We got Dane Norris here, but Noah Norris is not here. We got Kenny Goodney here as also. Wade Patterson showed up. Caleb Durkin showed up. Levi Nielsen showed up. Dolan Cole showed up. There's a bunch of these. Nope, these are B-Class 1800. And we have a full server of 20 race cars. So we're going to see as a lot of guys are trying out these IMCA modifieds, as one's going to go upside down, I've seen, and he went over hills down to the backstretch here for practice, but that's all right. Oh, yeah. All right, and let's get the party started here. So we're going to have 2 heat races this afternoon for these IMCA modifieds. And how do I put a setup? You got to build one. You got to build a setup. These cars are nowhere near stock. Even the Iracing setup is even broken. It's going to be neat. So let's get it on, shall we? As our late models, not our late models, our IMCA modifieds here tonight. Offering EOLs. Anybody want one? Yes, no, maybe so. Looks like some of y'all are leaving. Gotcha, Kyle. These are all open hosted. You're welcome. These are all open hosted sessions. This is not fixed. This ain't fixed. This is all open. It's all open, but the cars are modified. JT Wellman in the 4B, can you please be my leader?
I got you.
Swanson can pull up and then everybody else line up as you are. All right, gentlemen, welcome to the SLR show. Everybody will make the show. All-Stars going to be on the leader. There'll be no waiver rounds. There's going to be no quick repairs. Come on down and go ahead and try this out, guys. This is an IMCA modified style. Ferguson, who's an old iRacing developer, told me from 19 to 22 that these are a little bit better. We're going to find out. Let's get ready to rumble. So let's get ready to rumble as the 4B. That's going to be old JT Wellman. We're going to have Chris Swanson to the outside. Travis Cole and Levi Nielsen here for these modifieds as we're underway. So fixed setups is setups that are just absolutely like they have to run that exact same. And thank you, Charles, for the latest share. That's what those are, as you just can't dive it into the corner like that. As the number 12 of Kyle Whitworth and Dolan Cole get together, and we have our first, as Kyle Whitworth's going to send that bad boy in there, and then the 13's is going to have nowhere to go. What do you mean IMCA style? They run 675 horsepower, and they only run 2,450 pounds in weight. It might be. Yep. So we lowered the horsepower values all the way down to 675 horsepower, so they don't have as much rip into them, and then they weigh 2,450 in weight. So they're body styled UMP, but they have the weight and the horsepower of an IMCA modified. Yes, you can. Alrighty, gentlemen, let's get ready to go. Double fog gonna be one to green. Kyle, I don't know why you dove it into the corner like that, old boy, but that is your first EOL penalty. Double fog gonna be one to green. Yep. So that's basically the difference of fixed setups and open. Open, pretty much you come in, do whatever you want with it, and get ready to go. I'm confused what's going on here. Okay. Here we go. Let's get ready to rock here. It's Levi Nielsen and company. Let's lead them off. We're back underway. As our IMCA modifieds are here this afternoon, as the number 110 Chase Copeland's going to be able to go down to the backstretch. Meanwhile, they got GT in that number 4B. Chris Swanson going to get a bit of a cut down. What a save! As we got more beating and banging, Dolan, Cole and company and a few other guys, and we got a yellow flag on the speedway once again. Not sure what Dolan, Cole and company as the 00 machine and the 31 machine got together. You cannot run cut down lines, as they're going to go door to door here off of turn 3 and 4. And so far, it has not been a very good start here for these modifieds, as Swanson's going to be able to roll to the outside. Here comes the 31, a Davin Cole. He'll go in there, give old Chris Swanson a big old door. That'll be his EOL penalty. And then after that, it just kind of calamity, because here comes the number 13. That's going to be old Mr. Dolan Cole. He's going to give the old 00 machine a nice little deal. We got 2 EOL penalties. Both you drivers going to go to the tail of the field. One for a big door to Chris Swanson, which set up for Dolan Cole. Come up there and get that 00 machine or the big old door as well. 12 car Kyle Whitworth, if your left front is broken, you will go into the next corner. You'll probably go straight in the wall. Please pull that car to the infield or to the pit area. So, as we're going to get ready to go, as Kyle Whitworth should just be able to pull that car into the infield, as we are ready to go once again for these IMCA UMP modifieds, or how do you want to say it? As you have Levi Nielsen going to be your leader now. Chase Coleman to the outside. Meanwhile, it's going to be the old 4B. That's going to be old Mr. Wellman. To the outside to be that 00 machine. I'm Johnny Kowick Jr. The 31 of Travis Cole, and the other 13. That's going to be Dolan Cole, as these IMC modified styles are back underway. Dylan Alton, it's all good, boss man. 4 out of 10 as these IMCA style U modifieds are going to go to war, as Chase Copeland's going to try to throw a slide job. Big slide in the middle of 3 and 4. He will clear the way, as it's going to be Levi Nielsen back to the inside. They'll battle door to door through the middle of turn 3 and 4. Down to the backstretch they go, as Nielsen's going to be able to get a run to the inside. As Copeland in the 110 to the outside. They'll go door to door off of 3 and 4. We are halfway to go. Halfway to go here for these modifieds, as this is going to be the 110 of Copeland, able to get a good run down to the back stretch as Levi Nielsen. He'll work himself through the middle of 3 and 4. 6 out of 10 they're going to say, as it's going to be Chase Copeland going to be your leader. Yes, I do. As JT Wellman in the 4B, he'll be there for that 3rd spot, as the battle for the lead is still going to be Chase Copeland, that leader. Levi Nelson right there to the top, Shelby. JT Wellman, that 00 machine. It's going to be the old Tommy Kowick. Yes, Kowick's going to be holding on to that 4th spot. But here comes Levi Nielsen. He's going to get a good run to the inside. As Chase Copeland to the top, Shelby in the 110. You got 2 to go this time around. As I got Dolan Cole all crossed up down to the back stretch, and what a save. That's Brandon's ordeal, isn't it, or Dylan Alton? Yeah, he runs a pretty good show. As Chase Copeland in the 110, he'll make his way right through the middle of 3 and 4 for the final time. White flag going to be in the air, because here comes Levi Nielsen. Slide job in 1 and 2. Copeland's got to get on the brake binders. He'll make a run to the inside, as Copeland's going to throw a slide job in the middle of 3 and 4. Nielsen on the inside. What a run for Levi Nielsen to steal it away. It'll go to the 4B, JT Wellman with the 00. Tommy Kowick going to be the top 4. Travis Cole, Dolan Cole, Kyle Whitworth, Chris Swanson, and Elijah Navosky going to be your top field going into heat race number 2. What a race that was. Race broke after the first yellow, sure did. Good luck on that, by the way, Dylan. Hoping to get that $3,000 payday. I believe that's what it is. Anybody want an EOL penalty? Yes, no, maybe so. Kenny Cooney.
Yeah, Pete, go ahead. Tell me one.
You got it. Cool deal. Inside and outside lanes. Go ahead and move on up. Dane Norris, that makes you the leader. Anywhere in the middle 3 to the end of 4. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully they're dumping a lot of water on that track with the hot temperatures, you know, we've had here recently. So hopefully, and by the way, little keeper, thank you to the awesome 10 roses, boss man. I just noticed that. I apologize. Hopefully they're dumping water on that track because it's been hotter than you know what over here, and that baby's going to be dry, slick, dry. Hopefully. So as the 115 of Dane Norris will lead them off here for these for these IMCA modifieds here tonight. To the outside, it'll be the 11T. That's going to be Kinder Tosh. To the inside, it's going to be that number 2. That's going to be Caleb Durgan. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 5B of Brett Grube. You've got the number 24 of Wade Patterson. To the outside of that Premier Racing setup, it's going to be Kenny Cooney. And that number 25. You have the number 3. That's going to be Old Caden C. Darden. And Jack Rabbit, think of it the latest follow as we are racing these IMCA modifieds to the green. Brett Groove's gonna lose it in turn 1 and 2 and watch all the way up on the south side of the speedway. Let's get at her. At the number 2 machine, that's gonna be Caleb Durgan. He's gonna push way tight in the middle of 3 and 4. 2 out of 10 here this afternoon as you do have a battle for the race lead. It's going to be the 11. That's going to be Kinder Tosh. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 115 of Dane Norris as Norris tiptoes to the top shelf. After that, it's going to get the old number 11T of Kinder Tosh as it's going to be that number 24 of Wade Patterson. That's going to be the top 3. It's a battle for the race lead. It's going to look really good for these IMCA modifieds as it's going to be Dane Norris to the top shelf. We'll have the T of Kinder Tosh for the inside. They'll race back door to door off of 3 and 4. Dane Norris going to disappear in front of my eyes, but thankfully nothing went wrong as the 11 of Kinder Tosh back to the inside. Dane Norris to the top shelf. What a battle for the race lead for these IMCA modifieds as it's going to be Tosh to the inside once again. They'll go door to door off of 3 and 4 as we get about halfway to go. As the battle still continues on for the race lead, here comes that number 24 rider, Wade Patterson, as these guys will go door to door through the middle of 3 and 4. Big sliders being thrown in the back of the field. Caleb Durgan at number 2 with the number 5 of Brett Grube. Oh, some contact is made, and the number 25 rider, Kenny Cooney's got to lift for the number 2 of Caleb Durgan. As we get about 6 out of 10, we get a 3-car battle for the race lead. As the old 115 of Dane Norris, he's going to be able to roll to the inside. The 11 of Kinder Tosh to the top shelf, and the battle's going to be a 3-car race. Here comes that number 24 machine of Wade Patterson. 8 out of 10, still got 3 to go here for heat race number 2. As Dane Norris at the 115 works back to the inside of Kinder Tosh. He'll go door to door through the middle of 3 and 4. Wade Patterson at number 24. Watching these two go at it with 2 to go this time by. Norris to the inside in 1 and 2. It's going to be Kinder Tosh down to the back stretch. Still doing a really good job. Actually starting to pull away from the 115 of Norris. Will go through the middle of turn 3 and 4. As it's going to be the 11T of Kinder Tosh. He's going to get the white flag this time around. It's going to be Dane Norris back to the inside. They'll drag race down to the back stretch. Kinder Tosh got about a 2.2 second of a gap between him and Norris. And it looks like it's going to be Kinder Tosh. He will get it done. Dane Norris, Wade Patterson. It'll go to Brett Grube and Kenny Cooney, and Caleb Durgan pulls his number 2 car in as Hunter Powell did not make tonight's start. Oh yeah, let's get on with it as we have 5 UMP modified races here this afternoon. 50 laps at Lucas Oil Speedway action. Going to get ready to get at it. That was a good race indeed, Matt. Sure was. Boy, oh boy, we'll see what the 50 laps of feature action here in the Iracing world will do here this afternoon here with the Lucas Oil Speedway. As we are ready to give them 2 minutes extra time for their setups. Let's get at it. So, not a bad deal for these IMCA deals. And the reason why I say that is we do have them modified it down a little bit. You can now modify the cars on iRacing to what you guys want. So we got these down to like 675 horsepower, and we weigh them in about 2450 in weight, give or take. So definitely slowed them down a little bit, which was kind of nice for them. Some of these cars can be out there as well. Hey, thank you, Ryan Zerdovo Karting. Appreciate that, boss, man. Really, really, I do. Really, I do appreciate that, babe, for sure, man. So we got 18 of these IMCA modifieds, quote unquote, as Levi Nielsen and Kinder Tosh and company going to start this as we are ready to go here this afternoon. Cool deal. Anybody want that EOL penalty? Yes, no, maybe so. Thank you for the follow there, Ryan Zerdover Karting. Appreciate you for that. Nobody wants an EOL penalty? None? Cool deal, gentlemen. Listen to me. Do not use the pit exit to pull it in. Every time somebody uses that pit exit, they draw a yellow. If you do that, you're going to get removed. Other than that, all starts are on the leader. No wave rounds, no quick repairs. Don't straight line anybody, and do not intentionally door somebody. Know your zones. If you're going to dive it into the corner and not expect any content, that's going to be on you. You're going to go to the tail of the field. Other than that, guys, good luck, everybody. Yep, you're welcome. This is PC only, Ryan Zerdovo Karting. This is PC only, by the way. And the way the iRacing world has been...
Friday at the Big D?
Huh? What'd you say?
I asked if you were practicing for Friday at the Big D.
I am, actually.
I love that for you, Pete. Congratulations. You're going to do great, buddy.
Yeah, I get the call to race with Dino up there.
Yeah, that's what Ryan said.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it should be a good show. Great cause show, too.
Yeah, listen, Pete, when Nicky Ham breaks down or blows his 15th tire of the year, will you let everyone know, like all the spectators, that he used to be the king of weed sport back in the day on iRacing?
I got you. Alrighty, let's get out of it as we are ready to go. Thank you, Brett Group, but as we are ready to get some, we're underway. Brett Group said these things are nice, but drive almost like a 602 modified. That's kind of what it is. I might give it a little more beans, maybe like 700, and call it a day, maybe 95%. Might call it a day, should be good to go. So far, we complete lap number 1 here with the Lucas Oil Speedway here for the IMCA Modifieds as everybody's slicing and dicing their way through the middle of turn 3 and 4 as the 11T of Kinder Tosh going to be able to roll to the middle side of the speedway. Levi Nielsen going to try to work to the outside shelf as here comes Kinder Tosh for the inside. Slide job in the middle of turn 1 and 2. He will take the race lead going down to the backstretch. We still got a long way to go here at the Lucas Oil Speedway as Kinder Tosh able to work to the bottom side of the speedway. He will retake the lead as they'll race into turn 1 and 2 as Kinder Tosh able to roll down to the back stretch. They're going to go alongside. Nielsen going to get close to that wall. Some contact is made between those drivers as Nielsen going to go to the top shelf. Once again, he will take the lead here at 5 out of 50. Oh boy, we're getting some park jobs as Wade Patterson, and where is JT Wellman going? He got into number 24, and then he gets into the 5 of Brett Groove. As Groove able to run to the bottom side of the speedway, JT Wellman stuck in the middle in that 4B machine. You will have that number 24 ride. It's going to be Wade Patterson got on the brake binders. He's going to lose 2 spots going out of the backstretch. You got that 00 machine. It'll be Thomas Kowick and Jr. in the 00 as the battle's going to continue as Brett Groove in the 4B. We got Brett Groove. Oh my goodness, we got him down to the front stretch. JT Wellman's gonna spin her around down to the back stretch as Wellman's gonna be going around. I was waiting for when this was going to happen, as there have been a little bit of extracurricular activities between the 4B and the number 5 of Brett Grube, and it looks like there might be a bit of a right rear quarter panel that got fed. We'll see, we'll see. You can see Brett Grube to the low side of the speedway. Comes up. He's going to get that little bit of a nudge there as him and Brett Grube get together. And the 31 and the 24 of Patterson left with nowhere to go. And the 4B of Wellman will go around. Unreal. Say, Deb Strays, think of the latest follow, by the way. In what class do you got to be? You have to be B-Class 1800. B-Class 1800. Thank you for the latest follow, by the way, as we are ready to line these cars right back up. A little bit of contact there between the 5 of Brett Grube and the 4B of JT Wellman, and literally just got involved, and it's just one of those deals where, you know, it happens. Yep. So as we're gonna get ready to go, as Levi Nielsen is still gonna be your race leader. I got you, Chris Golden. Ain't really much more you can do about that. A little bit of a lift and a little bit of take, and everybody else is piling in. 10 out of 50 for these IMCA modifieds. As we're ready to rock and roll, we are underway. As Levi Nielsen will roll through the middle of 3 and 4, we are back underway. Cool deal, as the 115 of Dane Norris flashes in front of my eyes as we continue on here this afternoon. How about Chase Coleman in the 110? Coleman's going to throw the slide job. Nielsen going to try to ride to the outside, hits the brake pedal, and everybody else has got nowhere to go. Dane Norris got in the right rear quarter panel, and what a save as we're stacking them 3 wide. After number 25, and Kenny couldn't. He had to get on the binders down on the backstretch to avoid hitting the outside wall. Good Lord. Boy, these modifieds, like Brett Grube said, they almost drive like a 602 modified in a way, so we might have to bump it up just a little bit more. But it's been a pretty good show for these IMCA modifieds, as they weigh about 2,450 pounds, so just about 90% horsepower here this afternoon, so we restricted the living crap out of them. As the old number 110 of Chase Copeland comes out of nowhere and takes a race lead. You got Kinder Tosh on the 11T. Meanwhile, back to the inside, it's going to be the one and only, that's going to be Levi Nielsen to the inside. As he'll work to the inside, the 11T of Kinder Tosh down to the backstretch. They will go door to door through the middle of turn 3 and 4. As that number 31 ride, that's Travis Coleman, that SpongeBob and Patrick machine, as they go down to the front stretch as we get about, let's say, 13 out of 50. Give me some math, because I'm not very good at math. We got a long way to go. How about we say that? As Copeland in the 110, still going to be the leader of the 111T of Kinder Tosh. After that's going to go to the old black down machine of Levi Nielsen. Brett Grube, we have our second yellow flag on the speedway. Oh, boy. Swanson had to get on the binders, and the number 2 of Caleb Durgan absolutely nowhere to go, as that's going to be our next yellow flag. Boy, I'll tell you what, Swanson, I mean, he come to a sudden halt and pushed way tight. Durgan left with nowhere to go in turn 3 and 4, and we will continue on. Yeah, that is a racing deal. Swanson slammed on the brake pedals to get out of the number 12, or get too close to the 12, slammed on the brakes, almost came to a complete stop. Durgan left with nowhere to go. We'll call that straight up racing. We'll restack them, re-rack them. I don't know if these guys like these modifieds or not, as Kyle Whitworth is like whipping his car all over the speedway, and I don't know why he's doing that, as looks like Durgan and the 2 might be taking a self-EOL, trying to cool down the tires, as we have 2 yellows so far here for these IMCA modifieds, and they're a little more momentum based, so I kind of want to catch a little bit of word of Brett Grube on that later, as he's the one that kind of said how they're more of a 602 style, which is kind of interesting. Scottsdale, thank you for the latest follow. But these IMCA modifieds, they have 2 yellows so far, 17 out of 50. 17 out of 50 guys, got a long way to go. So far, it ain't as bad as we had that 12 caution race here the other day on a Sunday for our Steel Block Late Model Series. But hey, you know what? We continue on as these IMCA modifieds are back underway. it's almost like they're having a little bit of a hard time trying to separate each other. This is the first time I ever ran this. Is Dane Norris and Brett Grube and Tommy Kohick, and that just stacked everybody up in the back of the field. Thomas Kohick, Caleb Durgan, everybody going to be able to hold on to it and keep the race green, as that little bit of contact seems to be a big deal, as Dane Norris going to give it right back to the number 5 machine, and they'll be able to roll on through for 16 out of 50 so far. Well, Zach, what we did is we changed the cars up. So what we did is we put 90% power in, which brings them down to 675. Then you run the IMCA rules of 2,450 pounds. So they're technically an IMCA rule. So they're about 602s right now at this point. You can change them. Yeah. So 19 out of 50 for these IMCA mods. Yeah, that's what we did. As you're going to have the number 31 machine on Travis Cole going to be able to roll to the inside. Meanwhile, the 11T, that's going to be old Kinder Tosh, as they're going to go door to door through the middle of turn 3 and 4. We're 20. We got about 30 more to go here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. And so far, what I noticed is like it's more of a momentum base, like Brett Grube said in that 5. And it seems like they're having a little bit of harder time. We got Levi Nielsen hard into the wall in turn 3 and 4. Everybody able to hang on to it, as here comes the number 12 of Kyle Whitworth. Essentially a little bit easier to race. I might give them 5% more power, trying to bring around that 700 mark, and I think it'll be a lot better than 800 and something. 22 out of 50 for these IMCA, as you got the SpongeBob ride. That's going to be Travis Cole. Wow, I'm shocked he did not draw a yellow flag, because usually when they go through there, that draws the yellow immediately. 23 out of 50, Travis Cole pulls his race car in, as you got Levi Nielsen in the 3rd spot. After that's going to be the old number 12. Let's get on with it. That's going to be Kyle Whitworth. Where did Whitworth come from? Struggling in heat race action. Now he drove up into that 4th spot. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 5 of Brett Grube. We got the 115 of Dane Norris, as he continues to run the bottom side of the speedway. After that's going to be that number 25 of Kenny Cooney. Gets a big run up on the outside of the speedway, as Cooney rolls to the top shelf. You got the 115 of Norris to the inside, as you got a decent race back here for Wells. Going to be for the 8th and 9th spot, as that's going to be the 00 Tommy Kovic Jr. to the inside. The B4 of JT Wellman to the top shelf. You got that number 0 ride. That's going to be Caden C. Darden. That's so far the race for the 10th spot. We got about 25 to go. We've seen cross flags this time around, as it'll be Chris Swanson in the 171 machine. But Chase Copeland in that number 110 machine from the Midwest Sports has just been driving away in this one. Kinder Toss on the 11 team. Meanwhile, it's going to be the all-black down machine of Levi Nielsen. He'll be for that 3rd slot. You will have the number 5, old Kyle Whitworth. Got way racy. Brett Grube's going to be able to run a cut down. So with the 25 of Kenny Cooney, as Cooney's going to get to the inside of 3 and 4. Whitworth starting to stand a little loose off of turn 3 and 4, as that's the 5 of Brett Grube. Kenny Cooney leaves a lane to the inside, as Kyle Whitworth at number 12 back to the top shelf. They will go down to the back stretch, as it's Kenny Cooney getting the inside. There's going to be Mr. Kyle Whitworth in that number 12 machine. Brett Grube in the 5 right there behind him. We got a 4-car race, but here comes that number 115 for the Tony Stewart Racing Team. That's going to be Dane Norris, as Norris able to run through the middle of turn 3 and 4. As Norris gets a good run down to the backstretch, they'll still continue to race down to the backstretch as well, as that's going to be that number 12 of Kyle Whitworth to the top shelf. Oh, by 3 wide off by 3 and 4. Kenny Cooney right through the middle down to the front stretch with 21 more to go. Good race here, as these guys are rolling down the backstretch. After number 12 of Kyle Whitworth, as he's going to go to the top shelf. And don't worry, Keller, we got him slowed down a little bit. You might not have to do that. 20 to go for these IMCA modifieds, quote unquote, as the 5 of Whitworth to the top shelf. Kenny Cooney continue to lead that space to the inside, as Cooney's going to run through the middle of 3 and 4. This is a really good race for that top 5. 19 to go, and what a slide job for the number 12 of Whitworth, as Kenny Cooney goes back to the outside shelf. Meanwhile, the 115 of Dane Norris, they'll go through the middle of turn 3 and 4. It's a great race for the, oh, Whitworth's going to get in the back of the 25 of Cooney. Kenny Cooney, and what a save! 18 to go for these UMP modifieds, as it's all going to be that number 25. That's going to be Kenny Cooney. Meanwhile, the number 5 machine of Brett Grube. Cooney's going to try to get a run to the inside of Brett Grube. They'll go door to door in turn 1 and 2 as Grube's going to watch up to the outside of the speedway. Cooney back to the backstretch. They'll go to the inside. They'll go door to door in the middle of 3 and 4. Brett Grube's going to fall off the speedway, and Kyle Whitmer's going to finish him off, and Brett Grube will fall back to the 8th spot. 16 to go, they say, as the IMCA modifies. As the 00, Tommy Kowick's going to be able to roll through the middle of 3 and 4. The 115 of Dane Norris through the middle of the set as well. He's going to be in that 115. He'll be for the 5th spot. You will have the number 25 of Kenny Cooney. Meanwhile, you do have a battle for the 2nd spot. Chase Coleman is up and left the field with 15 more to go as the race will be for 2nd. Levi Nielsen in an all blacked out ride, hooking to the inside of the 11T of Kinder Tosh. Tosh to the top shelf. Nielsen going to try to work to the inside. 14 more to go as these guys are slicing and dicing for that 2nd spot. What's up, Foil? As it's going to be Levi Nielsen to the inside with 11T of Kinder Tosh. Can the number 25 of Kenny Cooney, maybe the 00 Tommy Kowick, maybe the 115. That'll be Dane Norris as Norris goes to the top shelf. Maybe a cut down line. That'll be a battle for the 5th slot as Tommy Kowick Jr. as these guys are starting to catch up to that 2nd place runner. Going to be the 11T. That's going to be Kinder Tosh. 12 more to go as he's going to roll through the middle of turn 1 and 2. You got Levi Nielsen going to try to get a run back down to the backstretch as he's going to work to the top shelf as the 11T of Tosh to the middle of 3 and 4. You will have that all black down machine of Levi Nielsen, but here comes that number 25 of Kenny Cooney as Nielsen going to fall off the speedway in 1 and 2. Look at Tommy Kowick to the inside as he will now take that 3rd spot away as you got the 11T of Kinder Tosh, Kenny Cooney to the top shelf. Brett Grube throwing some bombs in the back of the field as well. We got 10 to go. 10 to go here for these IMCA mods, if you want to say so, as it's all Chase Copeland out in front and gone, as the battle's going to be for that 2nd slot. Oh, Kenny Cooney, oh man, what a save! Dane Norris going to come in a little bit hot as there was a lot of contact there between Thomas Kowick, the number 11T of Kinder Tosh, as there's a little bit of a bump going into 3 and 4. Tosh back to the inside. Kenny Cooney all about lost it. A little bit of a bump there, and Kinder Tosh now will fall back to the 5th spot. Oh, it's getting slicey down to the backstretch. Good Lord. As the number 25, that's going to be old Mr. Cooney with a slide top in the middle of 3 and 4. 4 wide of a turn number 4. As Kowick's will be able to roll to the inside. The number 25 machine. That's going to be you already know it. That's going to be Kenny Cooney. As Cooney's going to go to the top shelf. Chase Brown thinking for the latest follow us now. Thomas Kowick is going to be in the wall. 6 to go. Six to go, and now with a change of things, as now Kenny Cooney going to be in that 2nd slot. Ball but falls on the speedway, and here comes the 115 of Dane Norris right there to the inside. As Dane Norris going to try to get a run through the middle of turn 3 and 4. 5 more to go this time around. As the 115 to the inside, it'll go to the 25 machine. That's going to be Mr. Kenny Cooney, door to door through the middle of 3 and 4. You got 4 to go. 4 to go for the UMP modifies. As the number 25 of Kenny Cooney going to go to the top shelf. The 115, that's going to be Dane Norris. Oh man, that 00 ride of Tommy Kowick just buried his card into the wall with 3 to go. Well, your race leader, Chase Copeland, all but 6 seconds of a gap. He'll be getting the 2 to go this time around. As Copeland goes to the top shelf, he'll get her drum down to the backstretch. Once again, the white flag shall wave. As the Midwest sends towards number 110 of Chase Copeland, dominating the field. White flag in the air this time by. Kenny Cooney going to be looking good for that 25 for the 2nd slot. To be 115 for Dane Norris. The 00 Tommy Kowick. Kinder Tosh running in 5th. You'll have the 171 machine, the 0 Caden C. Dart, and the 12 of Kyle Whitworth. But it's all Chase Copeland. He'll get it done. It'll go to Kenny Cooney, number 25. It'll be the 115 of Dane Norris again with Tommy Kowick, the 11T of Kinder Tosh. After that's going to be the 171 of Chris Swanson. You have the number 0 Caden C. Darden. Kyle Whitworth's going to bury his car into the wall for the 8th spot. I don't think he's got any tires left. He's going to drill it down to the front stretch. Straight line for me, boys. I need a straight line, please. Yeah, I need a straight line. That'll work, Copeland. Hold for me, Dane. You want to pull up for me? Cool. Cool deal. Let's send them. We'll get the top 3 right up in here as well as our IMCA modifies will actually get in this one in while they are joining the deal. We'll bring old Chase Copeland in here as he wins my first ever IMCA style modified event. Bro, you dominated this.
It was definitely kind of hurting me at the end up top, which I mean, I just basically ripped top the entire time, just trying to extend the lead, hoping for not a yellow. I knew Kenny was kind of coming on there at the end, the last 5 laps. He knocked about a half a second off of me, and I figured he was on lower air. So we kind of got some notes for this. But yeah, the IMCAs were fun. It definitely made it a little bit more racy at the beginning. I'm not really sure how it was at the end, you know, towards middle pack, but it was definitely fun in the heats, and at the beginning racing those guys for the lead, it's definitely different. It makes the UMPs a little bit more drivable, and I think, you know, if somebody that doesn't drive UMPs or has drove UMPs and doesn't like them, that they would probably like this. It's a little bit easier.
It looked pretty good racing overall. Looked like a lot more people had more quote unquote control. But did it feel like more of like a 602 base, or was it just right out of the money, pulled out of the park?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to compare it to anything. I would say it's I don't know, probably a little bit more than a limited late model as far as power feeling, which, you know, that's kind of hard to compare because we're on a smaller tire with these cars. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I definitely enjoy the feeling of the car, the IMCA way versus the up power. Whenever you do it with the UMPs, I like the up power with like the pros and the supers. I think that's fun and it's enjoyable, but you had a bunch of extra horsepower of the UMPs. We end up just kind of spinning our ass off at the end, or I do anyway, because I suck. But yeah, I think this is the way to go. It was definitely a blast, and like I said, you know, it's always fun having to come out here and adjust on the fly and try to get something right, and kind of makes just pretty much an even playing field for everybody.
Well, you hit it right on the head. I got Port Royal Speedway, your favorite racetrack, coming up next year for these IMCA style modifieds. Who do you gotta thank?
Same as always, all the guys over at Juicy Speed Shop for keeping us fast week in and week out. We couldn't do it without them and the help of all those guys over there. All of our homies over at Midwest Sim Sports. We got a great group of guys over there doing some cool things, running a lot of leagues this time around. We're kind of sticking away from the officials. It's officials. So shout out to those guys. Aces and Eights for the wraps. I made this one. It looks like Dookie, but if you ever see me in a really clean car, just know Jeffrey Hyatt did it over at Aces and Eights. And you for putting on the races, man, and, you know, everybody in the top 3 for racing clean.
We'll see you maybe at the Port Royal Speedway. That's loaded up and ready to go for you guys.
Sounds good, Pete.
Hey, I'll tell you what. How about December 25 at Kenny Kudney?
Hey, Pete.
Man, I'll tell you what. You come up way deep in this one.
Yeah, I pushed tight on the top 1 and 2, one of the earlier laps, and I was dead last and thought about Alt F4ing and just decided to stick through and keep doing what I was doing. I didn't have nearly enough gear. I could not get out of the corner. It just felt like the whole time. Plus, I haven't raced in probably 3 months, so it took a little bit to get the rust knocked off, but it ended up turning out pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out pretty good at the end run. What did it feel like? I mean, I have these cars so bogged down, it's unreal, and then the little bit of extra weight.
It felt like that. It felt like that. It felt like I was driving a boat.
felt like I had a 5-horse Briggs and Stratton.
Yeah, racing lawnmowers. No, it felt all right. I mean, I haven't, like I said, I haven't raced in a super long time. I really haven't raced these in a super long. I think the last time we raced here, I won like 6 months ago at same track, Lucas Oil. I've always felt half decent here, but yeah, I I don't know very much anymore. I'm washed up.
Oh boy, well I'll tell you what, we got another one coming at Port Royal, so you're gonna have to use all that little engine you can. What do you gotta think?
Putting 679s in this thing, just letting her have it.
Whatever it goes to, yeah.
Who do you gotta thank?
I gotta thank Caleb Durgan for the set. Thing felt really nice for a car that I probably haven't driven in about a year. It was really easy to get into and drive my way up to second at least.
Well, you drove your way up to second. We'll see if you can do that at Port Royal Speedway coming up next.
I'll probably hit the fence lap 3.
Probably.
But yeah, we'll give it a shot. Why not?
Why not? It's iRacing.
All right, thanks, Pete.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, well, we're gonna move on to Dane Norris in the 115. He souped up his brakes and Stratton 5 horse for this race.
That's about what it felt like. I didn't put enough gear in it either. And, you know, the couple of restarts we had there, I went backwards, checking up for people a little bit, which I really don't mind that. I usually wait, you know, later in the race to try to get something going, and it happened. So we'll just take that and move along.
Yeah, this race went a lot better than the last Lucas Oil race we had.
We're not even going to talk about that, Pete.
Well, Port Royal's ready to go. I know you're roasting in a garage. Who do you think?
Yeah, just normal guys, TSR guys, Stapleton Trucking, Trash Panda Graphics, GFY, Moose Knuckle Outfitters, Camel Towing, just the normals. And I'll see you at Port Royal.
I'll see you at Port Royal, boss man. That's loaded up, ready to go. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's continue to move on with our SLR show as we are ready to get at it here this afternoon. As these IMCA style UMP, or how you ever want to call them, I shouldn't eat before I broadcast. For now on, I will not eat before I broadcast, as we have Port Royal Speedway going to be coming up next here with the SLR show. Good old Moose Knuckle Garage. I'll tell you, he's in there right now, Ty Barry. He talked to me earlier before he went out and sat on the simulator. He said, and I quote, he said, Peter, I am going to be out there sweating. He says 105 degrees in his garage. So he is definitely cooking right now. As we continue on here this afternoon for these IMCA style UMP modifieds here at the Port Royal Speedway, as we have a few drivers going to come out here and try to take this challenge as well. I don't know if I should or should not add maybe 3 or 4 more % power to them or not yet, but we'll see here with the Port Royal Speedway. I have no idea, Ty Barry, but that's what he told me before he showed up to the show. Boy, oh boy. So as we continue on with our racing action here this afternoon, like I said, we have 5 events scheduled tonight, and we continue on our way. Yeah, 40 laps here at Port Royal Speedway. I run the larger tracks about 40, and then I run the shorter tracks at 50. Yes, sir. Yep. As we have our IMCA style modifieds out on the speedway here this afternoon, as Caden C. Darden will be joining us in that Scott Bloomquist number 0 machine. After that, it's going to be Nick Miller. He lives right down the road from us out of there, and he's got no rap on that IMCA modified here tonight. After that, it's going to be that number 45. That'll be Keith Chan. They're going to be joining us for these style modifieds here this afternoon. You got the 55. It's going to be the old John Keith machine. By the way, thank you for the latest subscribe, by the way, as he is going to be joining us in the RTV number 55. Kenny Cunningham going to be in that all-out number 11 machine. You got the number 24 from the 127 Industries. That'll be Wade Patterson. You've got the 00. That's going to be Tommy Kohig. After that, you're going to have the number 0 machine of Caden C. Darden, as we have our modifieds here this afternoon at the Port Royal Speedway. So we started around 5 o'clock here this afternoon, a little bit earlier of a time we normally start. The reason why is USA Soccer is playing at 8 o'clock. I wanted to get 5 events in, 5 out, and get ready to go and watch the United States play some soccer here this afternoon. Boy, I'll tell you what, there's a big old cushion going to be built for him over there in turn 3 and 4 for sure. As we got Caden C. Darden at number 0 ride. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 115 of Dane Norris who gets his whole right side of the race car blown apart thanks to the 0 of Caden C. Darden. As we continue on here this afternoon, as Nick Miller and company is going to be here as well, you will have a couple of other guys joining us here this afternoon. Brett Groove, Chase Coleman going to be coming back for more for these IMCA. Mark Sr., thank you for the latest share. We appreciate you as we have IMCA modifieds here tonight. So, as Wade Patterson joins us once again, I haven't seen Wade Patterson in a very long time, and good to see him back here in the 127 Industries. Majulis say, I believe that's Hood Up Motorsports, number 24, as these guys are going to get some right gears in these cars, and yeah. Hey guys, can you do me a favor, run that middle a little bit in both corners, please? Run the middle, clean up those marbles up for me, thank you. Do not run the top. Just clean those marbles up. So as we continue on, as you got Patterson going to go head first into the walls. There's a lot of marbles building up there on the top side of that speedway. You can start to see it start to climb up on the wall a little bit. That is going to be some interesting stuff here with the Port Royal Speedway. We got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of these IMCA UMP modifieds here with the Port Royal Speedway. They'll have 2 heat races coming up, 8 laps apiece, and then they will have, how do you want to say it, a 40-lap feature event. That'll be coming up later this afternoon. See some guys trying the top in turn 1 and 2 there a little bit to see what exactly they got going on up there. And looking a rather interesting of a track surface here this afternoon. Like I said, these are IMCA modifieds here tonight. As you will have Nick Miller also on the speedway with the 115 of Dane Norris. As we are ready to get at her here for the IMCA modifieds here with the Port Royal Speedway. We'll have 15 joining us here tonight out of the full field of 20 that I am getting ready to get this server ready to go. That's what we got. Let's go ahead and get started. Everybody want an EOL penalty for these modifieds.
I don't know, but you better check your random draw. Something's wrong with it.
I don't know. 2 in a row for Dane Norris here tonight. All right, so Dane Norris going to start on the pole once again.
Wins again, I'm tearing him down.
Braxton T. Richards supposed to be out here in that second spot. He probably doesn't even have a setup for these type of IMCA modifieds. As weight is changed, there's no power in them. There's about 675 horsepower in them. These things are interesting to say. For these UMP mods, they are not anywhere close to your stocks, so it looks like he won't have a setup ready to go. He'll have to start tail in this one here this afternoon. Well, here we go. As outside lane, go ahead and move on up. And anybody else want an EOL penalty? Final call. All right, gentlemen, no straight lines, no full senders, over aggressive driving will get you nailed out of here. All sorts of things can get you nailed out of here. If I simply don't like what I see, I'll get you out of here. Yeah, there is a rules per se, but I am the man, I am the law. So other than that, I'm looking for good, fast, clean drivers, not guys that are just going to door people out of the way and this and that and everything else. Anything happens on the speedway, they will tell on you. They will DM me and I'll go back and look at things. Other than that, I did not do any Sundays video work because that was just a catastrophe and I was not going to mess with any of that at all. So these will be so far here tonight. The cleaner you guys race, 2-3 yellows here and there, that's fine. But if it starts getting any further than that, I won't post vids. Good luck, boys. Well, let's get ready to get at her, skedatter, I suppose, as the 115 of Dane Norris going to start on the pole in this one. From the Stapleton Trucking Moose Knuckle Outfitters, the Trash Panda Graphics GFY Camel Towing, the list, is that the lit, just the tip tool? Nice. That's going to be Dane Norris. You're going to have the Speed Labs Level 0 machine on Tommy Kohig. To the inside to be the Sorensen number 45. We got the Foxshots number 2 of Caleb Durgan. It'll go to the 4B of JT Wellman, the 855 of John Keefe. It'll go to the 110 of Chase Copeland as we are underway here at the Port Royal Speedway. Modifieds racing at turn 1 and 2. Keith Chandler at number 45. Machine Gun all cross up in turn 1 and 2. As it's going to be that old number 110 of Chase Copeland. As he'll move up into the 4th spot. Keith Chandler at number 45 falls way back. He fell back a couple spots so far as he fell back 2 on the starting line out of this one. Is he going to continue maybe to lose spots here? Is that number 110 of Copeland going to try to work to the outside? That's going to be Caleb Durgan at Fox number 2 machine. Trying the outside lane. Not going to work out to him so far as everybody's on the middle bottom side of the speedway. 3 out of 8 so far for these IMCA style modifieds. As Chase Copeland in the 110 had a little bit of a slider as he's going to give an old shove there to that number 45 of Chandler as they get together through the middle of 3 and 4. Wellman in the B4B to the inside as they're 2x2. Wellman's going to try to go to the top shelf as that John Keefe at number 55 at the back of the field. So far, not a terrible race here this afternoon as the number 2 of Caleb Durgan going to be holding on to the 3rd spot. He'll go to the 00 machine of Tommy Kohig. How about Dane Norris out in front looking nice as Caleb Durgan's going to go around in company. We got a yellow flag. Holy cow. Big crash down to the front stretch. As Caleb Durgan's going to wash up there in the top stop. Think it's going to be there. Car just sits and comes straight down off the corner as Chandler's got nowhere to go, and Durgan's just going to go a loop-de-loop down to the front stretch. Wellman's going to get involved. JT Wellman's going to get involved as well, as that's going to be our first yellow flag. That is not on you, Mr. Chandler. Durgan tried to see if the top lane was up there, and that thing said nope and cut straight down on the track, leaving you with nowhere to go. And a bunch of other guys got involved in the back of the field of this one. Gentlemen, double file going to be on the green this time by to get through the heat races. Alrighty. As track, it's called Port Royal Speedway. It's a very, very famous racetrack here in Pennsylvania. Built right in the heart of Port Royal, by the way. And they got the Speed Week race is actually there this afternoon, too, by the way, if you guys want to check it out. It is on Amazon Prime. If you guys have Amazon Prime, it is on there for you guys to watch that 410 sprint car race for PA Speed Week. As it's going to be the 115 of Dane Norris, still going to be your race leader as we get them back underway for our IMCA Modifieds here at Port Royal. As we race in the Port Royal Speedway, the 115 of Dane Norris still going to be that race leader. You have the 00 machine of Tommy Kohig, that 110 of Chase Copeland going to be the top 3. As we continue on, as Copeland's going to be able to get a run. Oh boy, they made some contact and what a save. As the 110 of Copeland to the inside is going to be the 00 machine of Tommy Kohig up on the outside. As you got Copeland battling right back to the inside, you got 2 to go. 2 to go here for the UMP Modifieds as Kohig's going to try to work the outside shelf in. Gets a good run off of turn number 2. Copeland going to be able to run to the inside. As it's still Dane Norris in the 115. Going to be your race leader. White flag at the 00. Kohig pounds the wall coming off of 3 and 4. So as the old 115 of Dane Norris, he's going to be able to roll his way right through the middle of 3 and 4. Man, somebody might want to get something checked here on Dane Norris, but he gets it done for heat race number 1. It'll go to Chase Copeland, Tommy Kohig, Keith Chandler going to be the top 4. As John Keefe in the 55 will be in the back of the field. I think there's a cushion on the top there. I saw Caleb hit that, and that thing just decides that, nope, not today, Junior. Oh, my. All right. Heat race number 2. Anybody want an EOL? Yes, no, maybe, so?
Yeah, I'll take
Thank
one.
you for stopping and liking the stream.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I'll take an EOL.
You got it, Matt. First time I've seen banking
No, but I
clearly.
would like to protest Dane Norris.
You have to pay me $5,000 and then I will take his computer away.
10-4, be at your doorstep tomorrow.
Peter, are you gonna penalize me if I pull down to the inside and reset my Moza wheel?
Yeah, go ahead. You got time.
Say,
Not cut all the way across the field.
yeah, I'll just take an EOL to begin with, I guess.
Yeah, put me to the back now with my front end's destroyed.
Yeah, I thought you were like into the back of the field. I said it didn't matter, but not in the middle of the field. Good Lord! Oh Lord! I don't know even how to do that correctly, but Brett, they're coming. They're coming down the backstretch. You better get going. He just pulled it in. It's all good. All right, boys. Double file, 1 to green this time. Bye. Aye, aye, aye. Anyway, it's going to be Kenny Cooney going to start on the pole in this one. To the outside, it'll be the number 24 of Wade Patterson. You're going to have the 0. That's going to be Mr. Casey Darden. And you got Chris Swanson, the 171 from Nitro Graphics. It's going to be the number 46 machine of Selby. Matthew Selby joins us here today for the CFM number 46 machine. Look at him roll the bottom side of the speedway. Everybody else went to the top shelf, and Selby is going to make himself into the second spot. Brett, I swear, it's something in the new update, the new setups. 2 out of 8 here for the E as Cadency Darden all crossed up here with the Port Royal Speedway. Got a ton of damage on that race car as they continue to race out of the backstretch. Yeah, it's going to be Nick Miller in that all blacked out machine. Meanwhile, the 24 of Patterson as it's going to be a battle for the race lead. Look at this. It's Matthew Selby as we got Chris Swanson all around and he keeps it straight. What a save. As a broken right front, the Wade Patterson in the 24. He's going to come to a stop on the speedway, and we will stay green. As the battle for the race lead continues, as the number 46 of Matthew Selby to the inside of the speedway. Kenny Cooney in the 11 pushing way tight on the outside of the speedway. As he continues to push tight, he gets up in that marbles and that cushion. It's going to bring him way back. As that's going to put Matthew Selby, your new race leader, in the number 46 machine for the Magellan Say crew. He will be your leader at halfway. Chris Swanson in the 171 machine will roll through the middle of turn 3 and 4, 1 and 2, as it'll be Swanson down to the backstretch. Meanwhile, Nick Miller and all that all blacked out machine, as it's going to be the 111 machine of Kenny Cooney. To the outside shelf will be Matthew Selby in that number 46 machine. We got 6 out of 8 this time around. So far, it's all Selby going to try to work that outside shelf as it looks like there's an actual cushion up there. As he got about 2 to go. 2 to go here for these IMCA modifieds as Selby's going to jump that cushion, get up into the wall, lose a ton of speed as the 11 machine of Kenny Cooney going to close in as he's got about that gap about a half a second away from Matthew Selby. But white flag in the air, going to be this time by. White flag in the air. Selby back to the bottom side of the speedway in the number 46 machine as he'll roll down to the top shelf. He may try the middle of 3 and 4. Nobody's going to run it right on the bottom side of the speedway. Give it up for Matt Selby. He'll take heat race number 2. It'll go to Cooney, Miller. After that's going to be Chris Swanson, the 171 machine. The 0 of Cadency Darden. Meanwhile, it's going to be the number 5 of Brett Grube. He'll be in the B5. That'll be your field as we're ready to go for our IMCA modified feature. 40 laps going to be the distance. That'll be coming up right next. We'll give them 2 minutes to grid, and I will be right back as they're going to line up. let's get this party started, shall we? Alrighty, here we go. Offering EOLs. Anybody want one? Yes, no, maybe so. Cool deal. Looks like we're going to start 14 of you guys. Please do not stop on the speedway to get off the speedway. Use the pit area and drive deep. Don't just stop past the cones, please. Continue to drive past those cones. Do not straight line anybody. Do not full send anybody. Over aggressive driving. Anything that I just see that you treat like a video game style, you will no longer come back here. Try to take this as seriously as you can. Other than that, boys, good luck, everybody. Offered EOLs this time around. Anybody want one? Yes, no, maybe so.
I'll take one.
Selby's gonna take one.
Hey.
Chandler's gonna take one.
Please.
Wellman's gonna take one. All right. Those y'all taking EOLs, we go to the back of the field. You guys may move in single file, face versa. You guys name it. Everybody else, go ahead and pass them. Remember, gentlemen, you're all streamed live at SLR on 4 different channels. All of them are working so far. Cross your fingers. Good luck, guys. Well, let's get the party started here for our IMCA style modifieds. Now, I had somebody give me an idea about this as the number 24 of Wade Patterson, and it looks like Nick Miller's not going to be able to get their cars out on the speedway in time. Alrighty, gentlemen, double file. Gonna be 1 to green, gonna be this time around. Dane, anywhere in the middle, 3 to end of 4, you may fire. Please don't choke them up. Well, let's get ready to go for 40 laps of IMCA style modifieds here this afternoon. As it's gonna be the 115, that's gonna be Dane Norris as we are ready to get at her. We're underway. And the big one happens as Caden C. Darden goes around on the front stretch. I am shocked by the baby Jesus of Lord above that did not cause a big crash down to the front stretch. Caden C. Darden, I don't know what he did or what he went wrong, but he gets all crossed up, gets a little too high on the outside wall, gets on the brake binders and leaves Brett Grube with nowhere to go. John Keefe somehow saves it after Selby gets right into him, and Matthew Selby goes upside down on the 46 machine. Holy cow. Oh boy, talk about a terrible time to get all godly loose off the exit of 4. But that's going to be our first yellow flag. Boy, oh boy, that was crazy. That could end up a lot worse, but Matthew Selby, I believe, got the worst of it. What up, Lil T? Good to see ya. You'll like these modifieds, by the way. You will like them. They're 675 horsepower and they weigh 2,450 pounds. And Caden C. Darden, I don't know what he did. He went through the corner and he was slow coming off, and boy, oh boy, he literally just got ran over by the rest of the field because he was so off the pace. Boy, oh boy, as we're going to kick him back up. But the good news is, Nick Miller and everybody else that got involved in that in the back of the field, guess what? They can come back out here and they're showing the lead lap. Double file going to be 1 to green this time by. Double file going to be 1 to green this time by. Caden C. Darden acted like he had no speed coming off of turn number 4, and everybody else behind him had absolutely nowhere to go. Alrighty, let's double file these cars back up. We're going to get ready to go. All cars, double file, going to be 1 to green this time by. All cars, going to be double file, 1 to green this time by. Heck, even it's showing Brett Grube 12 so far, okay. You got the 46 of Matthew Selby, who went up over heels, and John Keefe going to be your field. It looks like Caden C. Darden said, I just wrecked the whole field. I'm out of here. As Dane Norris on the 115 and company, as he flashes before my eyes, as he is still going to be your race leader, as he's going to roll down to the track stretch, as the old 110 machine of Chase Copeland, meanwhile the 11 machine is going to be Kenny Kudney, it'll be the number 2 machine of Caleb T. Durgan. You have the old 171 of Chris Swanson, meanwhile it's going to be that 00 machine. We got Brett Rubin company in the 5, we got a caution flag once again. I'll tell you what, Brett Groove in that 5 is not having a good day today. Aye. Goes to the top shelf, a little bit of contact. Keith Chandler gets a little crossed up as Brett's going to stick his nose right there, and Keith Chandler and him make a lot of contact as Brett Groove grabs his EOL penalty. Boy, oh boy, Brett Groove from steering wheel problems to driving issues here this afternoon, as he has got our second cause of the yellow flag here in the back of the field. All right. Alrighty, that happened way deep in the back of the field. Brett Groove went to make a move there on the 45 at Chandler, and Chandler kind of bobbled up, didn't go all the way where he thought it was going to go, and he met him right down to the front stretch. That's going to be our second yellow flag here at the Port Royal Speedway. We should be double filing them up this time around. Double file going to be 1-2 green. There you go, Kevin Folds and Drake. Thank you for the latest follow. Welcome to the channel. We got these IMCA style modifieds out on the speedway here this afternoon. We took all the power out of them, added 50 pounds of weight to them, and they're having a little bit of a hard time getting them going here so far. Remember, it's only 5 out of 40, actually 3 out of 40 so far, and we've already got 2 yellow flags on the docket. That's how many we had at Lucas Oil Speedway. We got a long 40 laps here for these IMCA style UMP modifieds here tonight, as the 115 of Dane Norris takes off once again, and we are back underway. 4 out of 40 for these modifieds here this afternoon. As the number 20, 46 machine, Matthew Selby went upside down and head over heels thanks to Kansas C. Darden, losing all of his speed as you get a battle for the race lead. How about the 11 of Kenny Kudney to the inside? He got Chase Copeland right there in the middle of 3 and 4. It's all good. As the 11 of Kenny Kudney going to be able to roll to the inside as you get the number 110 of Copeland. It'll be the number 2 rod. That's going to be Caleb Durgan, as they're going to be able to roll through the middle of 3 and 4. Down the little front stretch, 6 out of 40. As we have our third yellow flag here this afternoon, as Nick... Oh my God, you scared the living dog crap out of me. As it's going to be the old Nick Miller machine, as he's going to roll through the middle of turn 3 and 4. As Nick Miller's going to just grab the inside wall, break his whole entire left front axle, and then boom, Selby's going to get involved, that number 46 machine. All right. We're going to speed this along. That caution there is for Nick Miller just destroying his front axle in the middle of turn number 3. All right, let's see if we get ready to go. We'll go 1 to green, get a bit of time around for these IMCA modified. So far, we have 6 laps in. Cowboy, thank you for the heart, man. We appreciate ya. Alrighty, double file gonna be 1 to green this time by. Double file, 1 to green this time by. Boy, oh boy, these IMCA modifieds here at the Port Royal Speedway have been a little bit of a issue for some drivers. As we're clearing everybody's black flags off the market here this afternoon, Selby is still going to try to drive that race car. After Darden got loose coming off a 4 and pretty much came into a front halt in front of the drivers, as Selby went up over heels on the front stretch on the first lap, but we're underway. 7 out of 40 for these modifieds, as we have the 11 machine. I believe that's going to be, oh boy, that's 3 wide, 4 wide, that little back stretch. Hold on. Kenny Kudney's in that student driving number 11 machine. We got guys stacking them up. Chris Swanson and company, as we have our third yellow flag on the speedway. Oh my, as I don't know what happened to Chris Swanson. I don't know if that was internet related or what happened. As Swanson just comes up there, a little bit of contact there from JT Wellman out the wall, flashes in front of my eyes, and all of a sudden they're all together down in the back, front three, turn 3 and 4. I have no idea with that one. So anyway, that's going to be our 4th yellow flag as they cannot get it together. As they were 3 wide, 4 wide, all sorts of wide, all the way off the back stretch there. As
Thank you for stopping
we
and
are
liking the
having a
stream.
fun time here at the Port Royal Speedway. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. As Chris Swanson manually disconnected. As this first caution started it all. Dart not even behind the second place guy. Comes off the corner here. Gets completely crossed up. Barely hits the wall. And then all of a sudden, everybody's all over the back bumper of him. I don't know. Looked like Yelp tried not to hit the wall down to the front stretch. Maybe got a little outside and then got in depth down in the front of the whole field. So, yeah, pretty much lost all speed coming up the corner. Yeah. Double fog, gonna be 1 to green, I guess, this time by. Double fog, gonna be 1 to green, gonna be this time by. So, as Dane Norris in the 115, still your race leader, you'll have the number 2 machine of Caleb Durgan. Meanwhile, the 11 of Kenny Kudney, as we had 4 yellows so far here this afternoon at the Port Royal Speedway. And these cars are even slowed down. And you guys are having a hard time getting them going, but that's all right. As the 115 of Norris continues to lead on to this one, you got Keith Chandler trying again. As we are ready to go, once again, we are underway. Eight out of 40, and Caleb Durgan is just going to flat out dump Dane Norris. Great job! As Durgan's right there on the inside shelf, pushes tight and just goes right up into him. Boy, oh boy, that's going to be that for Durgan. And then JT Wellman and company, and it's just a disaster. It's a disaster. Alrighty, 5 yellow flags. Let's go. When you're out of the left side corner, I guess Durgan pushed a lot tight coming off there, and Dane Norris went up over hills and flew across turns 1 and 2. We are down to 14 cars for these 602 style UMP modifieds. Set them up 1 to green. Now I don't do that anymore. If they wanna, they will learn the embarrassment on the racetrack. Nope, they get the full scene. We had 12 yellow flags last Sunday for our steel block late models, and no, I did not call it. I let them embrace the embarrassment of being on that racetrack. Sure did. They finished 36 laps and did their whole ordeal. As we are ready to go, as Kenny Kudney and company, we will get them back underway. So, as we continue on, as it's going to be everybody rolling through the middle of 3 and 4. As a 00 machine, that's going to be old Mr. Kenny Kudney. Meanwhile, the 11 machine, that's going to be Mr. Tommy Kohick. As we continue on through the middle of turn 3 and 4. As the old 46 machine, that's going to be Mr. Matthew Selby to the inside, down to the backstretch. As the 11 machine, that's going to be Kenny Kudney. Meanwhile, the number 0 ride, Tommy Kovic Jr. After that's going to be the 110 of Chase Coleman with that number 46 of Selby. We'll see if we can get this one underway. We got about 11 out of 40. As Durgan's going to do it again. Well, that might... Well, let's see. Nah, he's in front of him that time. Then pushes way tight. Aye. This time... they're alongside each other. He's ahead of him at that point. Then he pushes way tight. Boy, oh boy, that'll do it there. Choo-hoo! That's the end of Cale Durgan here this afternoon, and somehow it didn't go under yellow flag conditions. Oh my, oh my. Alrighty, let's go ahead and finish this one off here this afternoon. I don't know, 26 more to go for these UMP modifieds, as it's going to be Kenny Cudney in that number 11 machine, as he's going to be your race leader. After that's going to be the number 1 machine of Chase Copeland. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 00 of Tommy Kohick, as you'll have the 55. It's going to be John Keefe. You'll have Keith Chandler at number 45, losing around as well. As Kenny Cudney, that number 11 machine, right through the middle of turn 3 and 4. As the old 110 of Chase Copeland. They'll go to the 00 of Tommy Kohick. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 55 of John Keefe for that number 45 of Keith Chandler. As that's so far, as we started 14, we had 5 yellow flags going into this, and now we are down to 5 cars for the 602. The 60, literally, IMCA 602 UMP modifieds. Literally. Oh my, as the 11 machine, that's going to be old Mr. Kenny Cudney, as he's going to go to the top shelf. As the 110 machine, that's going to be old Mr. Chase Copeland. After that, it's going to be the old 00 machine of Tommy Kowick. After that, you're going to have the 45 of John Keefe. After that, it's going to be the number 45 of Keith Chandler. About 22 more to go here this afternoon. So, as John Keefe in the 55 will be in for that 4th spot. I got 22 more to go. You do got a battle for the race lead. As Copeland in the 110 continue to roll down to the backstretch. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 11 machine. That's still going to be Kenny Cudney out in front as the old 110 of Chase Copeland. He'll roll through the middle of turn 3 and 4. About 20 yet to go. We finally hit the halfway point here at the Port Royal Speedway for these, how do you want to say it? And it looks like I just lost everything. Oh, there they are. Go. Anyways, we continue on with this one as it's Chase Copeland once again going to be making his way to the outside of the speedway. Meanwhile, the 11 machine, that's going to be old Kenny Cudney, as Cudney's able to roll to the outside shelf once again. After that, it's going to be the number 1. That's going to be old Chase Copeland, as Copeland's going to be able to get to the inside. You got the 11 machine of Kenny Cudney to the outside. Good battle for the race lead for these IMCA style modifieds here tonight. As the 11 machine, that's going to be Mr. As that's going to be Kenny Cudney and company. Here comes Copeland to the slide job in the middle of turn 1 and 2. As it's going to be the 11 machine of Cudney back to the inside. As they'll drive down to the backstretch. As the 11 machine, that's going to be old Mr. Kenny Cudney up in the hill and into the wall. So you got a good battle for these modifieds. As they rub doors down to the front stretch. 16 more to go. As the old 110 of Copeland able to roll down to the middle in turn 3 and 4. As the 11 machine, that's going to be old Mr. Kenny Cudney back to the inside. Good battle. They go down to the front stretch. 15 to go. So as the 11 ride, that's still gonna be, you know who, Mr. Kenny Cudney. You have the 110 of Copeland back to the inside. Side chop in the middle of turn 3 and 4. As Copeland goes up to the outside, the 11 machine of Cudney back to the inside. 14 more to go here this afternoon. And we finally have race breaks out here for these modifieds this afternoon. As the 11 of Kenny Cudney down to the backstretch. The 110 of Chase Copeland. As Copeland goes to the top shelf in the middle of turn 3 and 4. About 14 more to go. As as it's all going to be Kenny Kutney, still going to be your race leader with 13 to go. 13 to go as the 11 ride of Kutney to the outside. Kenny, guys, that's Copeland to the inside of the middle with turn 1 and 2. Slide job in the middle with turn 3 and 4. You got a good race here for these UMP Modifieds. 12 more to go here this afternoon as Chase Copeland in the 110. He'll make a good run down to the backstretch as it's going to be 11 of Kenny Kutney. Meanwhile, Chase Copeland in the 110 as 10's going to be all Copeland to the top shelf as you will have the 11 of Kenny Kutney going to be your race leader once again. 11 more to go, and now Kenny Kutney's going to be on the wall. Chase Copeland, a good run down to the backstretch, and he'll pull away after Kenny Kutney got in the wall, and now probably open it up for Copeland once again in the 110. Ten more to go here this afternoon as the 110 of Chase Copeland will be your new race leader. It's going to go to the 11 of Kenny Kutney. You do got a great battle for Tommy Kovic and John Keith. As Keith's going to be in the 855. You got the 00 machine of Tommy Kovic Jr. to the inside of the speedway. As it's going to be the old number 55 machine of John Keith to the outside. 9 to go, they say, for these IMCA-style UMP modifieds here tonight. As the 00 Tommy Kovic Jr. worked to the inside of the 55 of John Keith as well. We will be heading to the... Let's put this here. We will be heading to the Volusia Speedway. As we continue on, as Volusia Speedway will be coming up next here for the SLR show, as this battle for the third spot continues to be good. That's going to be the 00 Tommy Kovic, got the 55 and John Keith to the top shelf, as we will be heading to the Volusia Speedway. These are IMCA UMP modifieds, Tommy Gorman, just give you that heads up. So as it's all going to be Chase Copeland out in front, but Kenny Kutney going to be trying to close in. So the white flag's going to wave out as it looks like it's going to be the 110. That's going to be all Chase Copeland as we're going to head to Volusia Speedway. Going to be coming up next here for the SLR show. Chase Copeland to the top shelf as the 11 of Kenny Kutney will be your top three. You'll have the number 55 of John Keith. After that, it's going to go to the 00 Tommy Kovic and Keith Chandler. At number 45 will finish out in the back of the field, and that will finish our Port Royal Speedway. We will be heading to the Volusia Speedway. Going to be coming up next here for the SLR show. Got it, boys. Thank you. As Volusia Speedway is going to be coming up next here for our UMC style deals. That's going to get ready to come out next here for the SLR show. As we will continue on, as there's going to be Chase Copeland once again in the 110 with another win here this afternoon.
We're back.
We're back, another one. This one was a little bit rougher than the last one, but hey, you know what? We continue on.
Yeah, they can't all be perfect. It was still a fun race up front. So me and Kenny were just talking about in broadcast waiting. That was a blast. Just throwing bombs at the port in the IMCA modifieds, and yeah, man, shout out to him. That was a really good race. That's what I was telling him. I think he had the better car at the end. I felt like Ned in the first reader up in the top in 1 and 2. I was really hoping the middle would stay for the entire race, but we kind of went up there just to protect at the end, and just lucky we didn't fence it and send it out into the hot dog stand.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was a really good race overall, though, as these IMCA modifieds seem to be interesting per se, and it also seems like to be a handful for a lot of drivers. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Port in this combo is just bad for some people. I mean, Port's one of the bigger, tighter turn tracks, and I don't know. These cars are really easy to push off the right front, and your first instinct is to tap the brake, and that just does not work in these cars. And I think that's where you see a lot of the EOLs and the cautions come from. As soon as you tap on the brakes as it's pushing off the right front, you're on skates. I mean, you're going to the fence. But people will learn, and like I said, I think if people are wanting to run UMPs, this is a good way for them to learn and to run, before they actually run an official or something. So I'm still having a blast with it, and I think I got time for one more, so I'll definitely be at the next one.
Yeah, I got Volusia Speedway going to be loading up. Congratulations, win number 6 here with the SLR show. Starting to catch up to Hayden Tolson and Jamie Massey, but who do you got to thank?
Same as always, Majula C Speed Shop for the badass speed that they produce for us. Midwest Sim Sports, Aces and Eights Reps, you for putting on the shows, man, and Kenny for racing me clean. Having a good race.
Yeah, we'll see you at Volusia.
Absolutely.
How about the 11 of Kenny Cooney? You're starting to like these cars, aren't you?
I am. I mean, other than like what Chase said, where if you tap the brakes, you are just absolutely bending it, but they drive pretty fun and they race really hard, and you can get them pretty sideways and still carry a lot more momentum than like a big block or something. They're pretty nice.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them, as you and Copeland had a heck of a race there, and then until you cracked the wall, and that was about it.
Yeah, I couldn't get out of my own way. Once we started racing, I got a little flustered. Like I said, still rusty, We'll get back eventually. Maybe. Until someone pisses me off and then I quit the game for 6 months again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun race. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm excited what I got coming up this Friday too, Kenny, so...
What did we race for? 7, 8 laps, just bombing each other. That was a good time.
Yeah, it was a very good time to watch. It really was. Well, Kenny, I got Volusia ready to go for our next event. Who do you got to thank?
Just Caleb for the old set 'em up.
Well, we'll see you at Volusia Speedway. That's loaded up and ready to go. Thank you for your time, boss man.
Thank you, Pete.
Holy John, I think you hit everything and everybody else hit everything in the back of the field.
One word, Peter. Survive.
Isn't that the greatest feeling ever, to be able to survive?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times I got wrecked out. But we made it happen. Fortunately, I mean, I think Chase mentioned it, man. This track in UMPs, if you're not used to racing UMPs, is a hard time. So I think that had majority of to do with the issues that were ongoing, and I know it was kind of a headache for you, but I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. The setup I had was coming in at the end. If I wasn't in the if I didn't get the butt end of every deal, I'd have probably raced with those guys up front. But it was fun either way.
Yeah, I mean, what is it with this track and car combo here? Is it just the extra speed? I mean, you don't have as much horsepower. You had more weight. What was it?
I think it has nothing to do with how you're setting up these cars. It's everything to do with people not using the best throttle control in these things that aren't used to it and coming off that corner and going down the front stretch. Man, these cars tend to get a little loose on you. I think it's just Port Royal in general. I don't think it has anything with how you're setting these things up.
So when you come off a corner, say turn 4, and you get a loose a little too far on the outside, afraid to hit the wall, you're gonna slow it down, hit the brakes, and you're kind of screwed.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
You got to be really easy on the throttle here coming down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, your rear end gets loose and it's over for everybody around you.
Yeah, that's what sucks on that
That's
first
for sure.
event. That's exactly what it looked like. Just car come off, washed up, and all but hit the wall, lift out of it, and all of a sudden you got nowhere else to go, man. But hey, you know what? Who do you gotta think?
Man, I got to think Remington Racing, VRS for the sets. James Schneider came in here and helped out and pit crewed me for a little while. I appreciate him giving me some tips and pointers here. But yeah, man, and you for putting this thing on. We appreciate it. I'll try to have a setup ready for Volusia here.
Yes, see if Volusia's ready to go, fired up, and hopefully get done before 8 o'clock for USA Soccer. I'll see you there.
All right, brother. Thanks,
Later.
man. See you.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Mr. Mewey, appreciate you for coming out. And John, thank you once again. And Mewey, these are actually cars set up to be that way. IMCA style cars set up to be that way. As we continue on with the Volusia Speedway, which is loaded up and ready to go, we already got a bunch of cars in there already as well, as we're here at the Volusia Speedway. Going to be coming up next here at the SLR show. And there is a full mess ton of them going to be joining in here once again as Matt Smith and company, Nick Miller, Tate Wog, Tommy Gorman going to be joining us, Wade Patterson coming back for his more. You finished last and you destroyed your race car. That was cute. That was cute. That was cute to watch you just destroy your race car. But either way, as we continue on with this afternoon, as we are ready to go here at the Volusia Speedway, and a bunch of cars already out here for warm-ups already. Been playing with a lot of racetracks here this afternoon as we continue on here tonight. As we continue on, as Tommy Kovic Jr. and company going to be out here on the Speedway. After that's going to be that number 31 of Matt Smith. You got the 00 of Tommy Kovic with the number 26 of Tommy Gorman will be joining us here this afternoon. You got the 46 of Matthew Selby in the CFM ride. After that's going to be that number 69 machine of Kyle Whitworth. After that's going to be the old blacked out ride of Nick Miller going to be joining us as you got him 3 wide here through the middle of the field as these guys got warm-ups already. As that's going to be the 24. That's going to be Patterson and company. Meanwhile, the 115 going to be Dane Norris, Chris Swanson on the 171 machine. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 31 of Matt Smith, the 00 Tommy Kovic Jr. and company as we continue rolling around this speedway here this afternoon. As it's all these 602 style IMCA UMP modifieds here tonight. I'm hoping to be done right around 8 o'clock. I hopefully get all these 2 other shows in, which I think we should. I think we're heading to Lime Milan, going to be coming up next. And after that, we're going to Eldora Speedway. So that's kind of where we're at with things so far, as Kyle Whitworth and company going to be joining us once again. And we got another 15-plus car field, so that works for us. As Nick Miller's going to be in that all blacked out machine. Meanwhile, the 115 of Dane Norris. After that's going to be that number 24. That's going to be Mr. Wade Patterson. You got the 31 on Matt Smith. Also going to be on the speedway as we got, let's just say 3 more minutes yet to go. As these warm-ups continue, as the old 115 of Dane Norris going to roll to the bottom side of the speedway. You got Nick Miller and company, the 171 of Chris Donaldson. You'll have the number 31 of Matt Smith. You got Tommy Kovic Jr. and the rest of the field. We'll see if we get a better race here at Volusia than we did at Port Royal. Port Royal was interesting, so we'll see what the Volusia Speedway UMP modifieds can do here. All cars to the outside of the speedway, please. And yes, I am Celtic fan. So far, that has been behaving tonight. if all cars go to the top side of the speedway for some track prep, that'd be greatly appreciated. All cars to the top side of the speedway, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Yep. So, as the number 26 machine of Tommy Gorman will be joining us for these IMCA style UMPs, as you got the 171 to Chris Swanson, the number 31 on Matt Smith, as the field continued to go. Well, it's not technically a BAND Celtics, it's more or less a restriction, but so far tonight it's been okay. We got 3 in so far, and we're still not restricted yet. We might have finally got there, as you have a few other guys, Lime Milan and Eldora, getting ready to come out next year for the SLR show. Chris Swanson in the 171 has been kind of struggling in these 602 style UMP modified. John Keefe in that number 55 ride with the 115 of Dane Norris. After that's going to be that number 26 machine of Tommy Gorman. You will have Nick Miller going to be there as well with the 31 of Matt Smith, the 46 of Selby. It'll go to the 00 of Tommy Cowick, Kyle Whitworth in that number 69 machine. After that's going to be the 55 of John Keefe as well. And we are getting ready to go here this afternoon for our IMCA style UMP modifieds here this afternoon.
Scared the shit out of me, dude.
2 more, Luke Williams. Two more, Luke Williams. 2 more, bro. Let's go ahead and get ready to go. Anybody want an EOL penalty for heat race number 1? All cars make it to the show. These modifieds are not your stock everyday cars. So Dakota 11, these races are open setup.
Take an EOL.
Yeah.
I'll take an EOL.
You sure, Matt? Didn't work out well last time.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta keep going with it doing work, right?
I got you. So these races, I modify the race cars. You can, I think these cars here about 90% power, which makes about 675 horsepower. And then these guys, they run about 2,350 in weight. And then, yeah. You got it, boss.
You got a copy?
Yeah, Tom, what you need?
EOL.
You got it. You got it, boss man. Thank you. Ha! Those of you taking EOLs, you can line up as much as any way you want. I'll clear everybody's black flags. Cool deal, gentlemen. You're all live You are all live broadcasted at SLR0X. You can type that in on your favorite 4 places to be. You'll find us. Other than that, guys, Tate, anywhere in the middle of 3 to the end of 4, you may fire. Again, these cars are modified down. They have 675 horsepower, weigh 2,450 pounds. And yeah. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and get them all lined up, ready to go double file. You can get banned for anything, just so y'all know, boys. Good luck, guys. So, as we are ready to rock and roll, as Tate Log and Company, as these UMP modifieds are ready to go, we're underway. Well, IMCA, I don't know how you want to call them, but we're underway. as the 15 of Dylan Barnes oh God, 4 wide, 4 wide, 4 wide, 4 wide. I knew that was about to happen, and what a save! 2 out of 8 here for these UMP modifieds, and Matt Smith's going to get washed out of the corner in turn 1 and 2, as it's going to be Tate Wog, that number 33 machine on the inside. You got the 55 of John Keefe working the outside shell. Tate's going to get a little tight in the middle of 3 and 4. Great side-by-side action down to the front stretch, as Keefe and Wog will turn into turn 1 and 2. Wog in the 33, John Keefe in the 55, Selby in the 46 from the back of the field, as Patterson in the 33 and Matt Smith. Smith going to go deep in the middle of 3 and 4. It's a big old race here for the IMCA style modifieds, as Selby in the 46 on the inside. You got the 24. Whoa! I see one car upside down. I believe it's going to be for the 115 of Dane Norris. I saw a car go flying. As you got the 115 of Norris. He's ahead of him. Dane Norris is ahead. Ooh, he ain't gonna. Oof. That's where the one there with the 69 needs to back out. And nope. And that's gonna end up in that way. Well, looks like somebody needs to learn their outside zone. I mean, he is just there at that point. Well, when you're on the head on the inside and you're starting about that right rear quarter panel-ish for the guy on the outside, the guy on the outside should not turn down into the corner of the guy on the inside. That's going to be our first yellow flag here this afternoon. The guy on the outside is in the wrong as he turned down into the corner, as he had a guy clearly to the inside of him and he was ahead of him in the corner. Double flag going to be 1 to green, going to be this time by, boys. So, as we are getting ready to rock once again, as John Keefe in that number 55 is still going to be your race leader, as Kyle Whitford in the 69 went ahead over the heels into the wall, as we are ready to get started. That's the 55 of John Keefe is still going to be your race leader. Meanwhile, it's going to be Matthew Selby in that number 46 machine. You got the 33 of Tate Wog with the number 24 W Wade Patterson. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 31 of Matt Smith, the 115 of Dane Norris with the number 26 of Tommy Gorman, the 69 of Kyle Whitworth is going to be underneath them on the Team LCD ride. As the number 15 ride, that's going to be Dylan Parbus in the back of the field, as we're going to get ready to go at her, as John Keefe and Matthew Selby through the middle of turn 3 and 4, as heat race number 1 is back underway. 5 out of 8 here for these IMCA style UMP modifieds. Wade Patterson in the 24 had the lip there for the 33 of Tate Wog, as it's going to be that number 46. Oh my goodness! As we got Matthew Selby and company around, you got Wade Patterson on top of him as well, and Patterson gets it going in. Oh boy, that looks like a little neck codish. You got the 33 of Tate Wog and the 46 of Selby. Wog's gonna come up, Selby's gonna come down, and then there's that crazy neck code between the two. Well, Selby, you got hit with that crazy neck code, that little bit of door-to-door contact. He was there, you were coming down, he's coming up, and then once you guys hit at the right spot of these UMPs, it's gonna whip you sideways like a full neck code deal. 1 to green this time by. Gentlemen, contacting these UMP modifieds is terrible. You'll get that whole weird, you make contact and you spin out like you just completely lost it. It's something in these modified hit boxes. Double file, gentlemen, double file. Yep. So they have that weird hitbox feature there, that little bit of contact, that little bit of rubbing. In real life, that would have probably just been like a couple of rubbing here and there, but yeah, I hate that. I hate that type of contact box that we got in these modifieds. Like, it's like as soon as you rub them in the right spot at the right place, it's just like it's game over. As you get them 3 wide down to the backstretch here, as it's going to be 2 to go this time around. We might see the white flag or checker flag this time by. Yeah. 7 out of 8 for these modifieds. As the old 55 of John Keefe going to be your race leader for the 115 of Dane Norris in the second spot. As the 31 of Matt Smith. That's going to be the number 33 of Tate Wog. As checkered flag waves and Matt Smith and company. As Tate Wog got really racing at number 33. All but spun the 31 of Matt Smith. And we'll just do that. As we're going to get him stacked up for heat race number 2. Alrighty. EOLs for heat race number 2. Anybody want one? Yes, no, maybe so. Cool deal. Anywhere in the middle 3 to the end of 4, Copeland. Alrighty, so for these IMCA style UMP modifieds, Chase Copeland in the 110, going to start on the pole in this one. To the outside will be that 00. That'll be Tommy Kovic Jr. You got the Nitro Graphics 171 of Chris Swanson. You've got the 92 out of CDM. That's going to be Joshua Mui. You have Nick Miller on the outside. Meanwhile, the number 25 of Tyler Descharme. You've got the 11 of Kenny Cooney. After that's going to be that number 2 of Caleb Durgan. Going to be your field here for the 602 UMP modifieds. As we are ready to get at her, skedatter. As we are ready to get at her is heat race number 2 as Chase Copeland in the 110. He will lead these UMC style modifieds to the green flag. As a 00 rider, Tommy Kovic, Kobe to the outside. Meanwhile, the 171, that'll be Chris Swanson. You have the number 92 of Joshua Mamui with the all-black down machine of Nick Miller. Hey, it's going to be the former Pro Series driver from Alpha Industries to be the 25 of Tyler Descharme. Kenny Cooney in 11, Kello Durgan going to be there as well. As we are ready to go for the IMCA modifieds, we are underway. I don't know if Tommy Kovic couldn't find the throttle or what, man, but he was way off the pace on that start. As the field makes our way down to the backstretch, Nick Miller and company 3 wide down to the backstretch already. As Nick Miller's going to go through the middle of turn 3 and 4 as we roll through the middle of 3 and 4. As the old 110 of Chase Copeland, he'll go to the top shelf. Meanwhile, Chris Swanson at 171 machine. As it'll be the 5 of Tyler Descharme as he'll roll through the middle of 3 and 4. You've got the number 2 of Caleb Durgan. Then the 00 machine. That's going to be old Tommy Kovic Jr. He'll be in the 5th spot. As Thomas Kovic to the top shelf, he'll try to get a run to Caleb Durgan on the inside. As the old number 25 of Tyler Descharme, right through the middle of 3 and 4. Halfway to go, they say, for these IMCA modifieds. Pretty good start here for these IMCA modifieds here for heat race number 2. Starting to spread out a little bit. As it's all going to be Chase Copeland in the 110. Still going to be that race leader as the number 171 of Chris Swanson and company. I don't know where Tolson's been at, by the way, Levi Grace. I just don't know. I don't understand. He's there. I just don't know what's going on with him. But I know he had a recent birthday here recently, so I'm not for sure. But we got 6 out of 8 so far. 6 out of 8 is Chase Copeland on the 110. Still leads away as the 171 of Chris Swanson. Meanwhile, it'll be that number 25 machine of Tyler Descharme. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 2 of Caleb Durgan. You've got the 00 machine of Tommy Kovic. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 92 of Joshua Mui and the 11 of Kenny Cooney. So far, not too bad of a race here as Kenny Cooney 11's got a challenge from Joshua Mui and the number 92 machine. As he'll work his way to the inside, he'll go door to door through the middle of 3 and 4. As you got the white flag going to be in the air this time by Tyler Descharme and Swanson get together. What a save! As here comes Tommy Kovic in a 00 machine. As that's Caleb Durgan, he's going to feed one as well. And Swanson going to go up into the wall. Checkered flag will wave. Boy, oh boy. Interesting finish. Oh boy. Ah, boy. I have no idea. Oh, that's a feed. It neck coded off a Durgan. Nah, it neck coded off a Durgan's left front there. Yep. And then once it did that, and I watched the wheels. It's fine, 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 and then look at that. Tyler Sharp, go to the tail for the big old right rear to Chris Swanson, the 171 in turns 1 and 2. And it neck coded off of Caleb Durgan off his right rear quarter panel. Yeah. These UMP modifieds are, they got a terrible hitbox on them. Y'all know this. Alrighty, guys, got 15 of these getting ready to go. Again, all stars on the leader. Every race is a tryout. Every race is literally a trial. You don't even have to break the rules. Simply put, if I don't like how you drive, you will not come back anymore, and we'll just continue knocking them down. Other than that, double file going to be 1 to green this time around. Gentlemen, anywhere in the middle 3 to the end of 4, you may fire. John, please fire anywhere in the middle 3 to the end of 4. Do not choke them up. Just take off somewhere, please. Other than that, good luck. Oh boy, as we are ready to get at her skedatter as the old 55 of John Keefe will start on the pole in this one. To the outside to be the 110 of Chase Copeland. You got the 115, that's going to be Dane Norris. After that's going to be that 00 machine, that's going to be Tommy Kowick Jr. You got the 31 of Matt Smith. Double file 1 to green. Let's get them lined up this time. Bye, boys. So, as we're ready to light the tires here this afternoon, as the 55 of John Key's going to be able to roll to the inside, as the 110 of Chase Copeland to the top shelf, as we are ready to go for the IMCA modifieds here at the Volusia Speedway. We'll race in a turn 1 and 2 as these guys roll. What up, Turbo Snell? How you doing this afternoon? I'm excited for Friday, big dog. So these IMCA style UMP modifieds are here at the Volusia Speedway. And what I mean by that is it got 675 horsepower, and Tommy Kowick's gonna have to lift out of it. Everybody's checking up and lifting out as well. 3 wide down the front stretch as, hey, Mayo Boy, think of the latest follow. Matt Smith ball crossed up Patterson. Everybody stacking them up in the back of the field, and somehow we stay green. Mystic, thank you for the latest follow as we continue on with these IMCA style modifieds here tonight. Kenny Cudney, that number 11 machine, all crossed up. Here comes the number 26 ride. That's going to be old Tommy Gorman as he's going to give Kenny Cudney a big old deal. Yeah, man, I'm excited, dude, to get the call real life modifieds for the first time in my career. I get to work with Dino, who's got 40 years of commentating an average. Will, thank you for the latest Hartney, by the way. He has 40 years of commentating experience, has ties of NASCAR and things like that. It's going to be really cool to be able to learn and work with him. Plus, we'll be on Dirt Digest TV, too, on top of it, so it's going to be an awesome day, I think. Anyway, you got Chase Copeland on the 110, still going to be your race leader. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 115 of Dane Norris, going to be in that second spot here for these IMCA-style UMP modifieds here tonight as racing continues in the backside of the field, as it's all going to be Chase Copeland in the 110. Here comes Durgan with a slide job in the middle of 3 and 4. What a deal! Yes, sir! Finally get, you know, and that's what I thought about it there, Salata, is I said, man, that's rather fitting. Get to call the cars that you started with. That's crazy. So is Dane Norris on 115 going to be able to work his way to the inside? 9 out of 40 here for the IMCA modifieds here for the Volusia Speedway. Dane Norris at his internet as he's cooking in his garage. Literally cooking in his garage as we speak. As these guys are ready to rock. Chase Copeland on the 110. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 2 of Caleb Durgan. He'll move into the second spot as the 115 of Dane Norris. It'll be the 55 ride. That's going to be old John Keefe. Meanwhile, it's going to be the 33 of Tate Log. As the 00 machine of Tommy Goick Jr. with the number 11 of Kenny Cudney. Meanwhile, you're going to the 171 of Chris Swanson. It'll go to the number 31 machine. It'll be Matt Smith. After that, it's going to be the old number 46 of Matthew Selby. Meanwhile, it's going to be Nick Miller in the all blacked out modified. Meanwhile, they got the number 25. That's going to be Tyler Ducharme with the number 24 of Wade Patterson. It'll go to the 26 of Tommy Gorman in the back of the field. Well, we got these UMP modifieds here tonight. Turbo Snail, and the fun thing about them is they are 90% power, 675 horsepower, and they weigh 2,450 pounds. So we dialed down the craziness out of them, and they're kind of fun, I believe. So far, 13 out of 40 here at the Volusia Speedway here this afternoon. And it's all Chase Copeland leading the charge. It'll be Caleb Durgan at number 2, the 115 of Dane Norris with the 55 of John Keefe. As we're getting up to about halfway to go for these modifieds, as the 33 of Tate Log is still going to be that 5th place car. You get the 00 as we have our first yellow flag. Oh, that happened in the back of the field with Selby, Wade Patterson involved. See it here, happened to the 46 of Matthew Selby. Now they're going 3 wide. Looks like Matt Smith's going to get a little racy with Chris Swanson, as that's going to be in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Looks like Swanson got into that loose stuff there. Miller's, that's going to be Matt Miller in the 31. Going to get a little bit of contact there, and then all of a sudden, 3 wide, surprise, as Selby and company, they get together. They link down the front stretch. Matt's going to go around. Selby's going to get caught up in it. And then after that, I believe, as Selby come off the racetrack, Patterson has nowhere to go. And Tommy Gorman gets around as well. Flat out racing. That's flat out racing there. Swanson got a little loose. Smith got a little piece of it, went down with him, and then there was a 46 of Selby on the bottom, 3 wide down to the front stretch. Smith spins out, and then Selby was broke, and then a couple other cars got involved in 1 and 2. Alrighty, so we're gonna straight out call that race, and we should be double file. Gonna be 1 to green, gonna be this time by, gentlemen. Will, thank you for the awesome rose. Appreciate you, boss man. Welcome to the channel again. Appreciate you, sir. As we are ready to rock and roll for the IMCA mods here tonight. Double file, 1 to green this time by. Gentlemen, double file, gonna be 1 to green this time by. All cars in the hot pits, come on down. Alrighty, so we're gonna stack them and re-rack them for these IMCA style modifieds here tonight. Rick Groove said they're almost like a 602 in a way, but they're definitely slowed down. But So far, it's not been bad. One yellow flag here at the Volusia Speedway. Racetrack starting to slick off a little bit on the corner of turn 3 and 4. As Chase Copeland in the 110 will take off, we are underway. Dane Norris with a good start to the number 2 of Caleb Durgan, as Durgan in the number 2 to the top shelf as he, boom! I seen that happen a mile away down to the backstretch, and we got a big crash, and still crashing down to the backstretch. Big crash down to the backstretch here for the IMCA Modifieds, as you got Tate Wog and John Keefe coming right out of the corner, and Matthew Selby's already had enough of this one already. As we go into the corner, the 33 of Tate Wog, he'll be to the inside. He got the 55. That's going to be John Keefe, as it looks like Tate Wog's going to start coming up, and they're going to get together there down to the backstretch. John Keefe's going to end up into the wall. Tommy Kovic nowhere to go, and we're going to stack the whole backstretch down here for Volusia Speedway. Here for the IMC Modifieds, as the 26 car is stuck on the 55 of John Keefe, and yeah, that's what we got. Well, we lost about half our field out of that first one. Big shout out to that. Yeah, it just happens that way, I suppose, as we're back underway for this one. And caution flag number 2 could have been for a, yeah, that's great. Anyway, double file, gonna be 1 to green coming around next time by, gentlemen. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, it's those starts. It's like, it doesn't really matter what you can do at that point, as, you know, same thing happened at Port Royal on the first turn, first lap. You got somebody that's lifting, you got all those cars around you. Either way, what you do, there's gonna be a wreck out of that no matter what you do. But I don't know. It's, technically it's not a car high in a way. You're still not the quarter panel. Technically, it's on him. It's back and forth. Remember, no mirrors, so it's kind of a back and forth showdown. Even if you lift Captain Keefe, everybody else is going to wreck as well. If he would have kept it down, this should have been all right as well. I don't know. But other than that, we are going to go right back at it. We're underway. It's a two-way street at that point. Yeah, it's one of them deals where, like, it's right off the start. What are you going to do, you know? 24 more to go here this afternoon, as we had 2 yellows back-to-back. We had our first one, and then right after there, it's going to be, yeah. Oh, you're good, race car driver 26. It's all good. Fortunately, Nick Miller's going to call today. His day's over with as well, as these modifieds continue to race around the speedway. As the old 110, that's going to be Chase Coleman to the top side. Caleb Durgan at number 2 seat to the inside. 23 more to go. Durgan to the bottom side of the speedway. Copeland to the top shelf as these guys continue to go. 22 to go. Race driver 26. They're a little bit slower, and they're definitely weird. That's because they're slower. As the 2 of Durgan to the inside, we got Dane Norris in the hard in the wall. I mean, hard in the wall for a caution flag in turn 3 and 4. What happened to Dane Norris? Gets a little bit of contact for the 33 of Tate Wog. And Tate Wog just drives right into him. Captain Keith, thank you for the raid, boss man. And Dane Norris gets thrown into the wall as Tate Wog literally got underneath. You got to be into Discord. Make sure you vote for those cars. And my pros are not different either. Thank you, Captain Keith. Appreciate ya. And Tate Wog just never lifted. Wow, that's cute. As Tate Wog got sent to the tail of the field at number 33 machine, as we continue on before our UMP modifieds here tonight, and we won't get through the schedule 5. I got to be done by 8 o'clock here this afternoon, so we will probably have one more this afternoon. Double file going to be 1 to green, I suppose, this time around, boys. Boy, oh boy. It's crazy. These UMP modifieds, they're even slowing down, and they're still wrecking. That's crazy. 3 yellows into this one. As, I don't know what to tell you all. These, I I don't. These UMP modifieds, they're even slowed down and even way even more. It's incredible. That's what the polls voted for. You got them. We're underway. I mean, it is what it is, boss. You know, it is what it is. There ain't nothing I can do about it. There isn't nothing much more I can do besides put them up and keep on at it. You're welcome, Captain Keith. Thanks for the raid, by the way, too, boss man. 19 to go for these 602 style IMCA modifieds, as you got a good battle for the race lead between, oh boy, two guys you didn't like each other. Here comes Durgan with a little slide job. It's going to be that old 110. That's going to be Chase Coleman to the inside. 18 more to go here this afternoon. As Coleman to the inside, the number 2 machine to Caleb Durgan to the top shelf. As they'll go down to the backstretch. As Caleb Durgan to the top shelf. Copeland to the inside. They'll go door to door, wheel to wheel. There's a little bit of contact between the two. 18 to go. You're welcome, race driver 26. Ain't much more I can do about those type of deals. You know, it is what it is sometimes. As Caleb Durgan's going to throw the slide job in the middle of 3 and 4. He'll take the lead. He got Tyler Descharme to the number 25, moving his way up through the field. As we're up to the 4th spot already, about 16 more to go tonight, as it's going to be Caleb Durgan at number 2 ride. Still going to be that race leader with a 110 of Copeland. Tyler Descharme with a big slider right across the nose of Kenny Kudney's nose. And Kudney in the 11 going to be right back to the inside with 15 more to go. IMCA modifieds, as it's going to be about 15 to go. Durgan's still going to be your race leader as he's going to roll to the inside as the old 110. That'll be Chase Copeland. You've got the 11 of Kenny Kudney with the number 25 of Tyler Descharme. 14 more to go here this afternoon as the old number 31 of Matt Smith. It'll go to the 33 of Tate Wog. Meanwhile, the number 15 of Darren Barris and Chris Swanson in the 171 going to be in the back of the field. So far as this stage, I got one more left in me because I got to get ready to go at 8 o'clock as the 11 of Kenny Kudney. He'll go to the top shelf as you got Tyler Descharme to the inside of him. They'll drag race out of the backstretch as the 25 of Tyler Descharme through the middle of 3 and 4. The 11 of Kenny Kudney to the outside shelf as, oh man, Kudney got a hard on the binders to get out of the number 25 of Tyler Descharme. 25 to go as Caleb Durgan continues to drive away as he got around the 110 of Chase Copeland. As that's Durgan at number 2 machine. Tate Wog in the 33 is going to finally pull it in. As it's going to be the 25 of Descharme, the 11 of Kudney, the 31 of Matt Smith. After that's going to be the 15 of Dylan Barris and the 171 of Chris Swanson. So that's the number 2 of Caleb Durgan. He's got about 10 to go here for these IMCA style UMP modifieds. As the 31 of Matt Smith and company, the 15 of Dylan Barris, and the 171 of Chris Swanson. As it's all going to be for the 2 of Caleb Durgan. Hot bottom on the bottom side of the speedway. We'll go to Lima Land, and that'll do it here tonight at the SLR show. And good luck, USA Soccer, here tonight. Tell you what, Kurt, username, you are right. I made some ribs myself this afternoon as well. I'll tell you what, they were good. Got some mashed potatoes on the side of it with the, put a little bacon, put a little bit of sour cream and stuff in it. Yeah, we cooking. Yeah. As we roll with it, as it's still going to be all Caleb Durgan out in front. We'll go to Lima Land Motorsports Park for our final event here tonight. And then we are going to get ready to go watch some USA Soccer. Yeah. Anybody think that the USA United States is going to win tonight? Yes, no, maybe so. You guys let me know. As the number 2 of Caleb Durgan's going to be able to roll to the bottom side of the speedway. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 110 of Chase Copeland. As Copeland tiptoes to the outside of the speedway. As the number 2 of Caleb Durgan, still your leader, as Copeland is starting to reel in that number 2 machine. With 3 more to go, can Copeland get around that number 2 machine of Durgan? As Durgan through the middle of 3 and 4. Here comes Copeland. As Chase Copeland going to be right there, hot on his heels off of 3 and 4. 2 to go this time by. Caleb Durgan at number 2 machine. As Chase Coleman to the top shelf, down to the backstretch. Final time for the number 2 machine. As Durgan will roll through the middle of 3 and 4. Can Copeland get there? 0.4 of a gap between them. As it'll go to Copeland back to the inside. Durgan to the top shelf, down to the backstretch. Last chance for Copeland. As Copeland gonna be able to get there? I don't think so. He has the 15 into the corner of 3 and 4. As it's gonna go to Caleb Durgan. He'll get it done. The 110 of Chase Copeland. Third will go to Kenny Kudney. No, it's gonna be Tyler DeSharm in the number 25. Come on down, top 3. Lyman Lance getting loaded up as we speak, boys. That'll be my final one here tonight. USA wins, can't lose on the verge. As Caleb Durgan gets absolutely destroyed by Tyler DeSharm here for the checkered flag photo. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah. Anyway, let's get him up in here, ready to go. So we'll see what Caleb Durgan is going to be up in here and get his deal. Go to eat. Hey, me too, man. Chase, I got to finish Lima Land and I'm going to bounce out and get ready for USA Soccer. Woohoo! You know, the good news is I did not get my restriction on TikTok. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, let's put another notch on the Caleb Durgan win list. That puts him up to 6.
Hey.
I'll tell you what, that race wasn't too terrible.
No, it wasn't bad. The track was pretty good.
So what do you think about these 602, I don't know what you want to talk about, style cars?
I mean, they're fun. They're just, I don't know, I'm always tight on entry. I tried something this race. It was better. I don't think it was great, but I mean, it was better, so that's good. Yeah, that's it, Pete.
I mean, you tracked down Chase Copeland to win this. How'd you know to work the bottom while Chase was up on the top side of the speedway?
I just figured eventually the top and 1 and 2 always gets widened out here. At some point throughout the feature, and the bottom, even if it's for 5 laps, you know, the top gets widened out too much at one point, and the bottom is good. And you know, I went down there a couple times, you know, spotty, and it wasn't great. And then I tried it the final time, and it was pretty good, and I was catching them. And you know, that's the one good thing about no mirrors. Not that I guess it really mattered. You try to run the bottom, but no, I think he was better in the slider top area. But you know, the bottom came in, and I was able to use that to my advantage.
You coming down to Big Diamond with the modified to win some money?
I'm not coming down to Big Diamond. Nicholas Ham would smoke me. Nicholas Ham's gonna go win all the money.
I don't think he will. I don't know. Jack John's there too.
Nicky Ham's a ripper, man.
Not at Grandview.
Oh.
I can tell you they're not.
Chat.
Caleb Durgan's not burning the powder coat off his frame to put right side panhard on it.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna find out, I guess.
I hope you have a great time, Pete.
Yeah, that's
Can we interview Tyler Ducharme? I like just fuck or sorry, F my
Wow.
interview. I know, my bad. I forgot. F my interview. Can we just go right to Tyler Ducharme?
Like, yeah. What's up, Tyler?
Oh, not much. Sick.
Sick.
Whoa, let's go, Tyler.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Got a sinus infection or something.
Oh no.
Brother here.
Oh no.
Yeah, today's the first day I've actually been able to kind of function. So,
What'd you think of these power down mods?
I didn't think they were bad. You can't throw a slide job like you thought you could in them because I killed that poor old boy in the heat race trying to throw a slider on him.
Yeah.
But they weren't bad. I mean, I think they were good. I mean, you can move around past people, get the line right.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of damage, so it was hard for me to really tell. Go figure. I had damage on my car.
Yeah, I think everybody had damage on their car.
Yeah, my left front tire was broken at some point, so we came in and they duct taped it back together and we went back out. But it was fun.
Hey, well,
fun.
It was fun at least. I don't know what's up with these hit boxes on these cars. They brutally suck though.
Well, they're whack.
Yeah, like they're bad. Like they ain't gotta fix it because we don't make them enough money anyway. So. Oh man, well I got one more and I got USA Soccer to watch and see what they do. But who do you get to thank?
Got to thank you for putting up the race, Caleb Durgan for sending me a setup,
and
yeah, thanks for everyone watching. And I'm gonna go watch Fondega and watch Stuart Friesen win.
Okay.
Tyler, don't leave quite yet. Pete, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you remember when it used to be the opposite and I used to be thanking Tyler Ducharme for sending me a setup? You remember that?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, how times have just flown by.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's what happens when you get old and washed up.
So
the best father and son duo to ever reach Iracing's platform.
So
at us.
Yeah.
So what do I need to say if Nicky Ham blows a tire at Big Diamond Friday?
Let everyone know that he was the self-proclaimed king of wheat sport back in the day on iRacing.
Oh my! So I gotta be a storyteller just like Dino?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Exactly that, Pete.
Tyler, if you don't know what's going on, I'm gonna be in the booth at Big Diamond this Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I finally get to make fun of Nicky Ham and Jack Sean.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this Friday I'll be down there working with Dino, so it's gonna be interesting.
There you go.
And I'll be on that Dirt
Track Digest.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, you get better soon, boss man.
Yep. Have fun.
You too, man. Well, I'm gonna find out. We got one more final one here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. That's gonna be a 50-lapper, and then we're gonna watch USA Soccer here between me and my wife. I don't know if they're gonna win, lose, draw. I'm not for sure. Well, it's win or lose at this point, but we'll finish it off here at Lima Land for our final event. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 of them. That'll finish it off here at Lima Land Motorsports Park. I started at 5 early just because. Good news is, Jimmy Hollander, thank you for the awesome follow. Welcome to the channel. Good news is, I didn't get restricted yet. Thank God. Here we go. Tomorrow we'll be starting up our next racing show. That'll be tomorrow, as that'll be our next day of racing. And yes, if you guys don't know already, I'll be at Big Diamond Speedway on Friday to call the modifieds. That's the 602 modifieds, the 358 modifieds will be there. We also have Roadrunners, and all sorts of other stuff as well for a good cause. I was actually reading some of that, man, and I hope you guys did too as well. If you guys are going to be going to the Big Diamond Speedway here this Friday, I know it's going to be a little bit hot. Make sure you do bring a lot of water with you as we continue on with our racing action here this afternoon. Oh boy, let's get it at as we have more of our IMCA modified style here this afternoon as we're going to get ready to get at her as we have a few as the number 32 Clayton Ellis and company going to be on the speedway. Meanwhile, we got a few others here this afternoon as the number 2 machine of Austin Davis and company, the number 32 machine of Clayton Ellis, as he'll be there as well. You will have the number 13 of Keegan Sanders, the 00 machine of Tommy Kovic Jr., the 115 of Dane Norris. After that's going to be that number 2 machine of Austin Davis. Meanwhile, Clayton Ellis, that number 32 machine and company, as the number 74, that's going to be... as that's going to be Kobe Cassinger going to be joining us from the TCM Motorsports. Meanwhile, the 32, that'll be Clayton Ellis going to be here in that number 32 machine. You've got the number 13 of Grillo's Pickles of Keegan Sanders, the 115 of Dane Norris, the 11T of Kinder Tosh. After that's going to be the Dirt 1RT. That's going to be Austin Davis. As Kobe Cassinger going to be on the speedway and a few other guys. Gentlemen, can I get full-blown sliders in both corners, please and thank you. Full-blown sliders in both corners, please and thank you for the rest of the session. Played a little bit on the tracks here this afternoon as well as we continue on with our recent action here tonight as the number 13 of Keegan Sanders and the field, the 115 of Dane Norris and company, as we are ready to get at her as Dane Norris and company will be finishing off. We got Malchi, Cassidy, and James Gray going to be not able to get in here as well as the IMCA style UMP modifieds here for the Limerland Motorsports Park here tonight. Well, let's get at her, skidadders. We got, by about 15, 16 of these IMCA style UMP modifieds here this afternoon. Checkered flag waves, and let's get ready to get at her. EOL penalties. Anybody want one? Yes, no, maybe so for heat race number 1. Everybody makes a race, everybody makes a show. IMCA style modifies as they're going to get ready to go. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Looks like a lot of people unable to get setups ready to go for our IMCA. All cars inside and outside lanes, go ahead and move on up. So these are IMCA style cars here tonight, guys. 675 horsepower. You're weighing about 2450 in weight here this afternoon. Gentlemen, you get banned for anything here with the SLR show. Treat it like a video game at any means. Straight lines, full sends, not knowing your zones, wrecking all the time, getting into people consistently. You will be removed. Let's go out here and race clean, have some fun. Good luck, boys. Well, here we go. It's our IMCA style UMP modifieds as Austin Davis in the next level racing number 2 machine will start on the pole to the outside of the McSizer pipeline. I got that wrong. I can't remember. It's Kinder Tosh, present control. You'll have the 75 of Luke Williams as the IMCA style modifieds are underway. Trackside Dynamics number 18 of Zach Staggs will be able to join as well. The IMCA Modifieds, they'll race through the middle of turn 3 and 1, turn 3 and 4. As the number 2 of Austin Davis, he'll be your race leader. Present control going to go to the inside. As the 11T of Kinder Tosh might stick it 3 wide as he gets a little bit of contact there from Davis. As Kinder Tosh and 11T to the inside, Luke Williams to the 75 back to the inside. As these IMCA Modifieds rip it here with the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Austin Davis going to go to the outside shelf, no dice there. Luke Williams and Kinder Tosh, they'll bang doors on the inside of the 3 and 4 as Davis trying to work to the outside of the speedway. Nothing happened on the top side. Luke Williams in the 75 going to drive it to the inside as the 11 and Kinder Tosh on the bottom side. Meanwhile, it's going to go to present control. Oh man, some contact there between Luke Williams and the number 2 of Davis, and somehow both drivers able to drive it away. Zach Staggs in the 18. Williams going to get to the inside, 3 wide off the middle of 3 and 4, still 3 wide. As that's Luke Williams back to the inside. They go side by side in the turns 1 and 2. As Williams threw a little bit of a half slider off of turn number 2. They'll drag race out of the backstretch in the middle of 3 and 4. As your race leader, present control, continues to lead the way. Luke Williams getting way loose off of 3 and 4 as Zach Staggs back to the outside. Great side-by-side battle between these two drivers. Too bad for the last spot, but as Williams going to get into the inside, the 18 of Staggs to the top shelf, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 so far for these. Luke Williams. Oh, I knew it was about to happen as Luke Williams and the 18 of Staggs get together, and Staggs going to end up into the wall. We may have a broken left front here for Zach Staggs and the 18. As Luke Williams got way loose off of turn number 2, and he made some contact there with Zach Staggs as the white flag will wave. Present control in the 7P. Meanwhile, to go to the 11T of Kinder Tosh. They're going to be the 1-2, and Austin Davis in the number 2 for the 3rd spot. But checkered flag will wave as present control in the 7P will be your winner. It'll go to the 11T of Kinder Tosh, Austin Davis, Luke Williams. Going to be your top 4 here for these IMCA Smile UMP Modifieds. Well, let's get ready to rip here as our heat race number 2 is going to get ready to line up here this afternoon here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Yeah, Jason Spice, that is a win, by the way. I just seen your comment. Offer an EOL. Just know maybe so. Like I said, everybody makes a race. Everybody makes a show. These modifieds are not going to drive nowhere near like you're used to. Alright, gentlemen, these are IMCA style modifieds. They weigh 2,450 pounds. You have 675 horsepower. Good luck, gentlemen. Jackson Dixon, anywhere in the middle 3 to the end of 4. You may fire. Well, let's get ready to go for the IMCA style UMP modifieds here on iRacing this afternoon. As the number 53 of Jackson Dixon will start on the pole in this one. To the outside will be the Midwest Insular number 48 of Nate Wemhoff. Meanwhile, you got the 00, it's going to be Tommy Kohick. You got the 714, that'll be Kobe Cassinger going to be joining us here from the TCM Motorsports team. It'll be the number 18 out of the M&M's machine of Caden Mays. After that's going to be the 115 of Dean Norris, so that number 32 of Clayton Ellis. The other 13 of Keegan Sanders as the IMCA style UMP modifieds are underway. Luke Williams taking for the Lake Boss Man. As we continue down to the backstretch, as the number 53 of Jackson Dixon will lead the field. They will go in the middle of 3 and 4 as the 714 of Cassinger to the inside of Wemhoff. As Wemhoff with the 48th, going to stick it 3 wide off of turn number 2. They'll go down to the backstretch. Rubbing doors, Jackson Dixon. Wemhoff stuck in the middle of 3 and 4. Brake pedals are being used. As the old 714, that's going to be Cassinger to the bottom side of the speedway. He will take the race lead. Caster in the 714 through the middle of 3 and 4. You got the 53 machine of Jackson Dixon. Guys pushing and shoving, trying to find another way around the speedway. Tommy Kovic to the inside. After that, the 48 and 8 Wemhoff. As Wemhoff will go to the top shelf. Dixon to the inside. Oh, man, Dean Norris and company. We stack them up, we keep them straight, and we will stay green. What a stack up in turn 1 and 2 as Dane Norris got in the back bumper of the 00 Tommy Kovic as we get about 6 out of 10, and there goes Dane Norris with a broken front axle in the 115. Dane Norris going to be able to get it into the infield safely, and we will stay green as the Colby Caster 714 is still going to be that race leader with the 45. That's going to, the 48, that'll be Nate Webhoff. It'll go to the 53 of Jason Dixon as these guys continue to roll through the middle of turn 3 and 4. We are 8 out of 10 here this afternoon. So IMCA modifies here for the Lima Limiter Sports Park as Colby Caster in the 714 still leads. Nate Wemhoff in at number 48, the 53 of Jackson Dixon. It'll go to the 18 of Caden Mays, going to be the top 4. After that, to go down to 00 Tommy Kovic, Keegan Sanders, Clayton Ellis will be your field as we will see Colby Caster in that 714 take the white flag, going to be this time by. As Caster in the 714 continue to lead, Nate Wemhoff starting to close the gap up in 3 and 4, but it's going to be Colby Caster going to get it done. Nate Wemhoff going to be in that second spot. Jackson Dixon, Caden Mays. It'll go to Kohick, Sanders, Ellis, and Norris. Finishing off your finishing order here for tonight's IMCA Modifieds. All right. We will finish it off here at the Lima Limiter Sports Park, and then that'll do it here today for this afternoon's racing. 2 minutes total time, gentlemen. 2 minutes total time. We will see. This is only on PC. Austin Rollins, you'll have to go on iracing.com for all your needs. Iracing is rather expensive. You need a PC that can run it. Then you gotta buy trash. You gotta buy the subscription. You gotta buy the cars. It gets. If you're gonna try and do everything dirt, I did everything all dirt plus the subscription. Almost ran me about $700. But they're one-time pays. They once you buy it, you buy it. But it's not the cheapest thing in the world. That's for sure. All for NEOL's last call for these IMCA style UMPs. All right, those in the back of the field, nobody wants to take EOL penalties. Sanders in the 13. If you want the inside, you may take it.
I'm gonna take it.
32 to the outside, and Dane Norris, you may be the guy in the back of the field. Holy cow, 30,000 likes on the channel? Since when? I just now noticed that. Holy cow, I'm sorry. 30,000 likes on the channel here this afternoon. Preston Peterson, it's my final event tonight. We're going to cut it close because USA Soccer starts at 8 o'clock. Alrighty. What up, Garrett? Good to see you this afternoon as our final event here for the IMCA UMPs here this afternoon. As we get ready to go, racing as present control of the 7 p.m. company, we are underway. Well, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow after these IMCA modifieds here this afternoon as we got them pushing, we got them shoving. Dane Norris and company feeding some right rear quarter panels in the back of the field as we got 2 out of 50 for the IMCA modifieds here tonight. as these guys will go down to the backstretch again, as it's going to be the number 75 of Luke Williams to the outside shelf. Meanwhile, it's going to be that number 0, Tommy Kohick, as Kohick will go to the top side as these guys continue to race down to the backstretch here for the IMCA Modifieds. Colby Cassinger in the 714 will be your race second place runner, as Present Control in the 7P will be your new leader, as Cassinger's going to get a good run down to the backstretch. They'll race their way through the middle of turn 1 and 2. Present Control turn down to the right rear quarter panel. Cassinger's going to push a little bit tight. We're 5 out of 50. IMCA style UMPs here this afternoon as the old 7P. Present Control in the 7P will still be your leader. Kobe Caster in the 714 will be in that second slot. 6 out of 50 here. Hofer, thank you for the like. We appreciate ya. As the old 11 of Kindertosh will continue to roll. Yes, these are IMCA style. Hofer, 675 horsepower, weight 2,450 in weight. They are all completely messed up here tonight as 7 out of 50 here this afternoon. Dirk, thank you for the harmony. We appreciate ya. As the 7P in control to the top shelf in turn 1 and 2. As the 714, Kobe Katzer, he'll roll to the inside. Dirk, thank you for the awesome heart, man. We appreciate you, boss man. As we get about 8 out of 50 here this afternoon. As we're about 9 out of 50. As it's still Present Control, and that number 7P machine is still going to be the race leader with the 714. That's Kobe Katzer. You have the 11 of Kinder Toss. He'll roll himself into the third slot as these IMCA style UMP modifieds are about single file nose to tail. 10 out of 50. Derek, thank you for the awesome rose, boss man. We appreciate ya. As it's about 10 out of 50 so far as the old 7P. That's Present Control right through the middle of 3 and 4. Kobe Caster in the 714. Single file nose to tail here at the Lima Lambeter Sports Park. So far, about 11 out of 50 here. As Present Control is going to get a little help from Colby Caster in the middle of 3 and 4. Some contact is made because Caster is all over the back bumper of Present Control. As Control continues to roll down to the back stretch, Caster hot on his heels. Right there behind him goes to the 11T of Kinder Toss. As here comes the move. Caster going to try to work to the inside of the speedway. 13 out of 50 as Control's going to play some defense. As there's a little bit of contact between them two as they'll go back in the middle of 3 and 4. Caster to the inside is going to be the 7P of Control to the outside shelf. 14 to go for these IMCA style UMP modifieds here tonight. As Caster's going to go down on the inside. The 7P of Control to the top shelf. Good race, and they're going to go side by side in the middle of 3 and 4 as Kinder Toss and the 11T. Oh my God, into the wall. 15 to go. 15 to go, they say, as Kinder Toss and 11T to the inside. He gets into Cassinger, and Cassinger, oh, what a save, as I thought Cassinger was going to be dead to rights after that contact. As the old 48 and 8 Wemhoff to the inside, 16 out of 50 here with the Lima Lambeter Sports Park. As Wemhoff to the inside of the speedway. As you got Jackson Dixon, how about the 18 machine of Caden Mays? 17 out of 50 here this afternoon as the UMP modified continue to battle their way as it's still Present Control on the 7P. Gonna be your race leader as these guys get a little racy. It'll be full of fifth spot as Jackson Dixon the 53 with that number 18 ride of Caden Mays. They'll go down to the back stretch, door to door once again. Mays to the inside, Jackson Dixon to the top shelf. Good battle there for the fifth slot as it's gonna be Jackson Dixon right back to the outside side. So far, it's still Present Control going to be that race leader at number 7P as Colby Caster to 714, the 11 of Kinder Tosh, as the old 48 and 8 Wemhoff. He'll get to the inside as Wemhoff's going to work to the bottom. Kinder Tosh to the top shelf. 30 more to go here at Lima Lambeter Sports Park, and Present Control still leads away as Colby Caster is way faster as Present Control continues to play defense for the 714 Colby Caster. Caster's going to get to the inside, slide job in the middle of 3 and 4. Slide job with Control right back to the inside. He'll retake the lead at the line. Good so far racing here at the Lima Lambeter Sports Park. Jackson Dixon trying to stick his nose where it don't belong on Kinder Tosh. He gets the run to the outside. Now Kinder Tosh in the middle. That's Wemhoff and the number 48 to the inside. As Dixon to the top shelf. Kinder Tosh gonna fall back to the mid. Fall back to lead, quote unquote. Let's see as they shuffle through. He'll fall back to the 6th spot. IMCA Modifieds continue to race here with the Lime Motorsports Park. Has the 53 at Dixon. He's going to throw a slide job to Kassinger. As Kassinger going to be able to roll to the outside. He does with 26 more to go. Dixon through the middle of turn 3 and 4 for these IMCA style Modifieds here this afternoon. Present control in the 7P. He'll go to the top shelf. Dixon going to throw the right rear quarter panel to Kassinger. Some contact is made as we get about 25 more to go. IMCA style UMP Modifieds as Kassinger trying to slice and dice his way through the middle of that turn 3 and 4 area as Kassinger starting to fade here a little bit as Caden Mays in the 18 to the inside, the 48 and Nate Wemhoff to the bottom side of the speedway. As racing continues on, we're just past halfway to go. 23 more laps to go for the IMCA style UMP Modifieds for their final event here tonight at the SLR show. As present control still leads with Dixon to the inside. Jackson Dixon going to try to get a run, maybe in the middle of turn 1 and 2. Control to the top shelf. They'll battle with the race lead. It's Dixon to the inside. Control to the top shelf. Slide job in the middle of 3 and 4. Present control right back to the inside. And now Kassinger will throw his car into the mix. As present control might be holding these guys up. As Kassinger in 714 looking to the inside, trying. Oh, there's that weird net code. What a save! What a save indeed, as there was that weird net code contact there between the 53 of Dixon and the 714 of Kassinger. They still race with 19 to go. Present control playing serious defense out there as your race leader. As it's going to be Kassinger trying to do something to get around the 7P of control. I'll tell you what, present control is making that car 6 times wide. We have our first yellow flag on the speedway for Kindertosh. Boy, I'll tell you what, present control is really making that car 6 times wide, and it's stacking everybody up there behind them as everybody's trying to get around the 7P. Kassinger and Dixon. Dixon's going to get right into the back bumper, right in the 714 of Kassinger, and Dixon's going to go to the tail of the field. Dixon, you made that contact there with Kassinger, and once you did, you cut straight down across the racetrack, collecting the 11T of Tosh and spinning them out in turn 1 and 2. So our first yellow flag out of 35 laps of action waves. Gentlemen, double file up, 1 to green this time around. Double file up, 1 to green this time around. Field's coming around turn 1 and 2. You're going to have to wait them out. So it looks like Caden Mays and company as we're going to get ready to rock and roll. As present control in the 7P, still your leader. Kassinger now alongside of him as we are back underway. 16 to go for these Modifieds here this afternoon. As we're lifting, we're checking up through the middle of 3 and 4 as we make it passes a 6-pack coming off of 4. 16 to go for these UMP Modifieds, or these IMCA Modifieds, as Nate Wemhoff at number 48 to the bottom side of the speedway looking for the race lead as he will continue to run to the bottom. Present control to the top side of the speedway. You may have a new leader at Nate Wemhoff at number 48 machine with 15 more to go. Colby Kassinger going to try the same thing in that number 714 machine, unable to do so. Now present control going to be able to work to the bottom side with Nate Wemhoff, your new race leader. As the 18 of Zach Staggs, he's going to have enough here this afternoon as we had 1 yellow flag here at the Lima Motorsports Park. As it's all Nate Wemhoff and that number 48 machine found the bottom side of the speedway and took the lead from present control on the 7P. Wemhoff able to roll the bottom side of the speedway in turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 as the 7P in control trying to work to the top shelf. Meanwhile, they got a great battle for the 3rd spot as the 714 of Kassinger to the inside at the 00 machine of Tommy Kowick. You got Austin Davis in that number 2 machine as Davis going to try to, oh, he shouldn't have stuck it there. As Keegan Sanders end up going around, and we have our next yellow flag. Caution flag on the speedway down to the backstretch for the 13 of Keegan Sanders. As the 2 machine of Austin Davis, he played a little tiptoe there with the 714, gets alongside, has to get on the brake pedals fast because Caster's going to come and shut the door on him. And the 13 of Sanders is going to get that weird neck code hit from the 115 of Dane Norris as yellow flag flies. Yellow flag flies for the 13 of Sanders as there was somebody tried to stick their nose in where it shouldn't have belonged, and then he hit the brakes, kind of stacked everybody up, and somebody wasn't paying attention, and everything else kind of happened, and everybody clouded up in turn 3. Double file won the green field. Double file field this time around. So looks like Clayton Ellis. Floor it, Clayton. Floor it, floor it, floor it, floor it, floor it, floor it. They're coming around. They're coming around. Floor it, floor it, floor it, floor it, floor it. As we're back under green flag conditions, as Clayton Ellis did get out in just a nick of time, as we are back underway with 10 more to go for the IMCA Modified UMP Modifieds. So far, as a 48 on Nate Wemhoff will work to the middle side of the speedway. As you got the number 7P in present control, he'll go to the top shelf. As it's going to be that 714 of Cassinger, he'll be in the 3rd spot. You want the 115 of Dane Norris, it'll be the 00. That's going to be Tommy Kovic, Luke Williams on the number 75. As they're 3 wide, coming up with 3 and 4 with 7 to go. 7 to go for these IMCA style modifieds here tonight, as the 48 of Nate Wemhoff has found that bottom and is pulling away for the number 7P in present control with 6 to go. 6 to go for these IMCA style UMP modifieds. Dane Norris and a 00. Tommy Kovic makes some contact with 6 to go, making a high 5. Gonna be 5 to go. Gonna be this time by. Oh, you're good. You're good, Davis. You hit the brake pedal, and it's all good, boss. 4 to go, they say, as the 18 of Caden Mays will move into that 4th spot. As the old, what do you think of these, Daddy, what do you think of these so far with these IMCA style modifieds? Well, I got you. 3 to go for the IMCA UMP modifieds, as I'll tell you what, Nate Wemhoff has got this bottom side of the speedway just absolutely dialed in. As the 7P in present control, going to be with 2 to go to your 2nd spot. It'll go to the 714, Colby Castor for the 18 of Caden Mays. It'll go to the 15 of Dane Norris and the 00 Tommy Kohick. As the white flag will wave this time around, as Nate Wemhoff and that number 48 machine found the bottom before nobody else did. It was kind of cool to see, as he's going to be able to work to the bottom side of the speedway for the final time. Nate Wemhoff will win it here for the IMCA Modified the Limeland. Present control in the 714, Colby Castor, the 18 of Caden Mays, the 115 of Dane Norris, and the 00 Tommy Kohick, as we are ready to go out of here this afternoon. Straight line for me, gentlemen. Colby, I do victory photos, by the way. It'd been nice if you pulled up here for 3rd instead of junking your car. Alrighty, well, let's finish it out. It's different. I mean, yeah, I think you get a little more grip out of it, but the hit boxes are still terrible in it. Preston control for 2nd.
Yeah, what's up?
Not a bad run for 2nd at all.
No, I really tired.
I mean, what do you think of these cars?
You can tell they're heavy. You definitely tell they're heavy.
They have no power either. They're like...
No, I'm not going to lie. To make up for it, I went up, changed my gear, and it helped out a lot.
Do you like them or you don't like them?
No, they're racy. We were battling for a while.
I actually like them a lot.
You like them a lot too, Nate?
In the heat race, especially, it's like up front. We were like 3 wide, and we were side by side for a good while. Even in the feature, I feel like I was able to roll the bottom while the top was still dominant until I was finally able to get the bottom rolling in better at the end.
I just wish they had better hitboxes.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Can't say I like the idea of IMCA since IMCA is what runs around where I am.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I do like the idea that
okay,
they're
sorry.
similar to. I think you're trying to make it closer to IMCA modified, which I like the idea because I really want IMCA stuff in here. Since all my local tracks around me run IMCA stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. I mean, I wish for everything, but you know, somebody gave me an idea about trying to make these things like an IMCA car. I don't know if it works or it doesn't work, so it was just kind of theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Boy, but I'll tell you what, though, Nate. Now that you hopped in here, great job on the win. Plus, you got the wins deal as the number 48 of Nate Lemhoff, your winner. You found that bottom at the end of this one.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised with the bottom came in there at the end like it did, especially with towards the middle. I kind of went down there with how everyone was catching up and seeing the be gaining speed. Yeah, I fell back to 6th, and I didn't think the bottom would come back in, but luckily that last caution and starting 3rd, I was able to roll the bottom, and I think just threw everyone off what the line was.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, you threw everybody off because as soon as you passed Preston went down there and just couldn't get it done.
I don't know what it is, but with slower cars down here at Lima Land, I just really like the bottom here. It just feels really good, and I seem to run it really good here.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you ran a what? Plus, you got the first win ever here at the SLR show, according to the counter. Congratulations, and who do you got to thank?
Midwest Sim Sports, Ace and Ace for the clean looking wrap. And shout out to Tyler Bickford for the setup, even though it was a regular UMP's 75 lap feature setup. They just rolled really good at the bottom.
We appreciate you, man, for coming out here, and we will see you tomorrow, regular time, 6 o'clock.
Hopefully I can make it. Actually, I won't since I got local racing. So
it's all good, man. Well, good luck in your local racing, boss.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Press the control for second and the 7P.
Yeah, I mean, I was searching the whole time. Even in the heat race, I had no idea where.
We could tell you were like, it almost looked like you were playing major defense mode as your race leader.
Yeah, I just had no idea. Nothing really felt right at the beginning of the feature. Like, I mean, I was running the bottom 1 and 2, and no idea where to be in 3 and 4. But eventually, it blew off a little bit in 3 and 4. I was like, okay, we're gonna be up top here, but I still had no idea for the longest time in 1 and 2. Then just started running the momentum up top, and I think I just roasted my tires off because when he passed me on the bottom, I had nothing on the bottom.
I'll tell you what, though. What did you think of these cars? Like it? Yes, no, maybe so. I mean, yeah, it's not an IMCA mod in a way, but it's as close as you can pull something off.
Hey, I'm a fan of anything that races good around people. And they race really good, so I'm a fan of it.
Alrighty, well, thanks for coming out. This is it for me. USA Stalker starting up in 2 minutes, and who do you gotta thank?
You for putting it up. My buddies from DDM, Travis, Blake, Tyler, Marcus, it's everybody out there hanging out. Yeah, that's it.
Well, we'll be back live tomorrow at 6 o'clock with 5 races. I got to cut the one short because I got to go watch soccer. But thank you guys for coming out, man.
Yep, see ya.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome, boss guy. Yep. Alrighty, gentlemen, we got USA Soccer coming up.